Нормально, у меня на паузе пока стоит. Надеюсь, контроллер у меня не сломается посередине дороги. Hello, Hippocat.
No.
No? Well, tough shit. Hello anyway. So, you've played Conker's Bad Fur Day. This is the same company. And similar style of game, only before they snapped completely. Let's resume emulation here. And watch the wonderful... I guess it's not really watching the intro, but let's see through the intro here with the titles and all that crap. Mostly, I'm just looking forward to playing with the controller finally and seeing how this platformer performs, because with the keyboard it was just like, you know, passable. But yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. I played them all, I beat them once, years and years ago. I remember enjoying them. Not like specifically, especially super spectacularly, but I thought they were fine. In Tooie especially. Kazooie was kind of like, okay, good start. But Banjo-Tooie was great. So I'm looking forward to getting to that game. And of course I'm not gonna 100% them. I'm just gonna say it right now. So no one expects that. I'm not gonna 100% them. I didn't, and I'm never gonna try. I don't remember if there are any particularly annoying missions or anything, but I just don't feel like it's worth it. I don't remember what you get for 100%ing. You might get like some cheats or something. I don't think you get a magnificent new ending or anything. But yeah, I don't think we actually need to sit through this. Let's just... They're playing music.
So just tell me right away, is it actually like any interesting like Conquer? Or is it just like some random shitty fucking platformer with retarded looking main character that wants to be like a console mascot or some shit like that?
Well,
That's just absolutely of no value whatsoever.
well, that depends on what you value. It's not gonna be like adult jokes and all that kind of stuff like in Conquer. But I really like the atmosphere in all of these levels. In Kazooie, some of the levels are more generic. In Tooie, it's just... I don't know. I enjoy just running around this world. It's fun to explore, fun to play. And, you know, the music's great most of the time. Sometimes it's funny, there's humor in it. Not quite the same as Conquer, but you know. Basically, this is a family-friendly Conquer almost, kind of. But, you know, if you were only in Conquer for the movie references and, you know, the Pooh song, it's not gonna be any of that here. So that's why I put this game on the slot where, if you go back to doing races, hello Pussy Dude, yes it is a game. When you go back to doing races or anything, I'm gonna play this game during those times, because I know you're not gonna be super interested in this. Anyway, I like food, so I'm gonna select this save file. And you know, it's a timeless classic, kind of. Banjo might look dumb, but I like him. And Kazooie especially, Kazooie is great. Also, just the vibe of the whole, like, this witch and whatnot. For some reason it just reminds me a lot of just old fairy tales. Well, I mean, it's probably obvious why there's influences and whatnot. But it's just like, you know, if you know Russian fairy tales, it's like Logovo Kощей Бессмертного. And this hub in this game, it just makes me think of that. Anyway, so Grunty, for some reason, thinks she's pretty. But she's gonna get told now. Also, she rhymes. I'm not gonna read her rhymes out. She gets told by the spot that no, actually, you're kind of ugly. And there's one girl that's so much prettier. And she's gonna be doing the Snow White thing, pretty much. I guess. Kind of? I don't remember Snow White. I've never watched the cartoon. I haven't read. So, Banjo's sister. Apparently she's pretty. I don't know. She's a bear. How pretty can a bear be?
Well, the cauldron is just like into furry stuff.
Yeah, maybe the cauldron. Yeah. I mean, what do you expect from a cauldron? Do you have good taste? No. Of course he is a furry. But, I don't know. I will say, though, when you have a game over and you see what happens when Grunty steals the concept of beauty from what's her name? I don't even remember what her name is, like Tutti or some shit. Basically, Grunty is actually rocking it if she manages to obtain beauty. And Tutti doesn't really wear it well. She's dumb. And she is completely absent in the second game. Maybe also why I like the second game more. And I don't know what we're going to do today. When am I? Blah, 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 blah. So, Liz Mole is a good enough character as well. And Kazooie just hates him for some reason. But, you know, in the second game, they're gonna really crank it up a notch. There's people die in the second game, let's just put it that way.
I hope it's that fucking bear main character.
Nah, the main character, you know, he lives throughout the entire game, sorry to disappoint.
Well, shit. I have nothing to look forward to.
I was under the impression you could speed up the dialogue, but maybe not in these cutscenes. Also, no voice acting, unfortunately, but this the copyrighted rareware. But yeah, they're stealing Tutti, of course. Basically, let's wait until we get to Banjo-Kazooie, because that's where I am actually really looking forward to playing. This one I'm just curious because I don't remember it well. And it's fun to play, but some of the levels are kind of boring. But in 2 it's just like the atmosphere is slightly different, it's darker. And you know how I like darker things. I know, I like the characters here, the bear and the bird. I think they work well together. Banjo is just, you know, unassuming doofus. Kazooie is really sassy and hates everything and everyone. Alright, finally, controls. Like many games on the N64, it lags a little bit. Also, shit, I forgot I don't even have any moves. It's gonna tutorialize us a little bit. I'm gonna skip through most of this if I can. Banjo, and this is... How are they introducing each other right now? I thought they knew each other. Well, apparently she is just mad that he called her strange looking. I guess that's where the animosity came from in the beginning. The angry witch Gruntilda swooped down out of the sky and grabbed... I like how we live in a house that is literally just downhill from the giant witch lair. And also, in true Rareware fashion, everyone's lair is the giant head in the mountain. Kinda like, whatchamacallit, that... with the 4 presidents. How is it called in English? I forget. The best part is I heard the Mount Rushmore, I think, yeah. I heard it yesterday. Somewhere. I think I was watching a history teacher react to epic rap battles. Wow, my jump is utter garbage. I don't remember it being this bad. We'll see how it plays out, because I'm pretty sure we get a double jump pretty soon. I'm gonna ignore all the tutorial molehills because I remember everything. Okay, so there's crouching. There's gonna be more buttons. I don't remember what my buttons are set to. I guess maybe I need to actually listen to him for me to get the controls and whatnot. Because I know in here there's like a punching tutorial or something. Close swipe attack. Maybe I get a better jump if I talk to him in the first molehill. And you know, like in Conquer, you can say a lot about the fucked up shit, but I just like the atmosphere in some of the places in there, especially in the beginning, like the windy whatever it's called. Okay, I don't... What button is my thing? Okay, it's kind of weird. It works like every third time for some reason. Just punch him. Punch him. There we go. Wow, nice one. Try another. I want some moves. Yeah, cause you'll get moves, don't worry. I hope I don't have like any cheats activated. Give me a second. Where are the cheats in this? System cheats. Okay, I don't have any cheats activated. I guess these just don't have attacks. You know, vegetables are kinda harmless. And my first and forward roll. Yeah, flying is gonna be dependent on power-ups. Hello, Ice. Okay, I need to see... Whoa! Check this out. I'm gonna... I'm gonna go in the controller real quick. Just to see what the hell my buttons are set to. Just A... Oops. Yeah, okay, I guess they were set correctly. Oh, and now everything works. Good. I guess I wasn't actually doing that. The roll is not the thing where you sit down first and then roll forward. Stop rolling, I feel sick. Well, tough shit, if you sit in my backpack, you're gonna get vertigo. Okay, tutorial for attacks over, I think. Oh no! Poking, pecking. Okay, yeah, that's good. So, Kazooie is the most useful. More useful, I guess, out of the duo here, by far. Because she has all the best moves. As we'll see somewhere in the first level. Feather face, yes. Bow guys, no, I'm not gonna, I'm fine. I learned all the moves. I guess it makes sense that you have to earn the beginning moves in this first game. Because I remember the beginning of the second game, you have all the moves from the first game, just from the get-go. You can do everything, and then you get like a whole other game set of moves throughout that. Okay, can you tell me about better jumps or something? Now again, let's start with the camera controls. I'm fine with camera, yellow C buttons. That's nothing special, yes, truly. Try this and pick it up. I remove the camera behind Banjo. What is R? Warm breath? I don't do moles it worms, they might. And feathery butt, blah blah blah, molehill. Okay, so this is R, I guess. This is like center camera. And this is camera controls. Not too bad overall. Aha, in first person as well. In the second game there's just straight up FPS levels in some... Well, I mean FPS missions in some levels. But in this game they didn't think of that. Oh, you know what? It might be. Whoops. Give me a sec. N64. Huh, that's strange. It just kinda dropped off at some point. Well, I didn't do much from there, I just, you know, tutorialized a bit. Sorry about that. The main thing is that Hippogate saw it all.
Oh yes, it was a fucking wonder to see.
Okay, double jump. Got. I guess maybe the OBS kind of dropped when I opened the menu on the emulator. Oh well. Okay, this jump, it's kind of weird. I don't remember them not letting us go before we do the jump that they're tutorializing about, but I guess that makes sense. Right, so... Usual tutorial platforms here. I want this because these are health extensions. You need to get a full wheel and you get another health. Yes, and they talk. Everything has eyes and talks in this game. It's kind of a nightmare, I'll be honest. Okay, question. I guess we don't swim until we hear about swimming. Wow, Banjo was living a very sheltered life. He didn't know about the mole that was living right out his house, and he didn't know about punching or swimming or anything. He was just sitting in his house or sleeping, I guess, or playing Game Boy, and completely unaware of the wonders of the world. Ah, yes. Perma. I guess no, this roll is not too much faster because he stops after it. What are they teaching about? The heights? I'm not. Flying? No, flying is not yet, yes. But jump on the tree and use the control stick. Ah, classic tree climbing thing. Okay, I was looking for maybe swimming, but I didn't remember that this game had tree climbing, so that's good. Plenty of other things to climb, yes. I guess there's gonna be like vines and pipes and all stuff like that. Yeah, and let's get that health extension. I don't remember if we get a full health extension by finding these everywhere. I hope I don't have to like go and kill more vegetables to get another one of these. Yes, I want swimming. Swimming is nice. On Banjo, I want to swim. Spill the beans, Specky. Wow, Kazooie just isn't shy about pointing out all the points of possible... What's the word again? Blah 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 blah. Insecurities, there we go, that's the word. Right, so I press the attack button to start swimming. And I think that... Whoop! No, this is not even remotely what I wanted. So hold jump for that. Press attack for boost. And there is a health extension in here. After I'm done with these, I'm gonna play Ahead in Time, but by myself. I'm not gonna stream that. And I'm not gonna play ukulele. I have no interest in that. Because, you know, Banjo-Kazooie has atmosphere, and also not that shitty angular style that they adopted since Nuts and Bolts, and they transferred over to ukulele that I didn't like at all. But I like the Banjo games. Honestly, like the gameplay, I can take it or leave it. But I just always enjoy the atmosphere. I was like, you know, it's a bear, so it feels... Because bears are in a lot of Russian fairy tales. And there's a witch, lives in a giant castle. And there's just like a bunch of animals everywhere, sentient animals and all that stuff. Got a life. And, you know, it really, if you're in the mood for like a old school fairy tale feeling, this is the game for you. And Tui is like, you know, it's slightly darker, but it still has the same feel to it. Okay, I don't think... Where is my first person? I don't think there's much left to find. I don't think you get the full health extension in this area. So let's just climb into the lair and start with the Teddy Bear Picnic music track that everyone likes. Which is the theme of Gruntilda the Witch, but for some reason I don't remember if it plays a lot in the second game. Oh well. Don't fall. Spiral Mountain. This is going to be the stage in Smash when they finally patch it in. Man, it's so weird using a controller. I am so not used to them. There are guys going. We're off to whack the witch and rescue Tooty. You haven't learned all the basics yet. Have I not learned all the basics? What? You can try, the old hag. The bridge is broken and I'm not fixing it until you learn all the moves. What are the moves? I guess there's that... Yeah. There was the area with the boulders. Camera is unresponsive at this point. I guess it's one of those, like, slightly fixed camera angle areas. Okay, double jump right off the bat. Very happy about that. There was the place with a bunch of boulders. There we go, down here. I guess this is the one we missed. Ah, yes, it's gonna be... I'm pretty sure I know what this is gonna be. Let's see. Well, Luis, at least you're not 4 hours late. A big badge attack, yeah. Why does the mole know about a big attack? He doesn't have a big... my knowledge. Maybe he has like a... what the word is. Man, I'm forgetting all the words today. The... a prosthetic beak somewhere stashed just for unknown reasons. You know what? I didn't even pay attention to that, but I think it's gonna be this. No, that's the jump. So the attack button, yeah. This is what I was thinking did the roll move earlier. But yeah. Trying this move on you next, Jam Jars. Interesting that Jam Jars is actually his brother, but he's not in this game. It's kind of interesting that they used that as like a bad nickname that Kazooie gives him, but actually introduce a character. Oh, hey. I actually do introduce a character with that name later. You know what? Maybe there is a full health in this. I don't recall finding that many of them. But I'm gonna go kill a bunch of vegetables and see if they drop this honeycomb thing. Oh. There we go, it does. Okay, cool. I guess I also needed to kill that cabbage thing to... I forget what that cabbage is called in English. To, you know, register that I tutorialized everything. And now vegetables are on the loose. Shit.
Hey Luis, hello Earl Water.
Yeah, finally Hippocat can fit a word edgewise in my stream of describing what happens on screen. Also, yes, Hyrule War. Didn't notice there because I was so enraptured with the tutorials. Okay, well, on the first level, we also learn a slightly faster move. Slightly faster move, I guess. Move. Run, kind of. And Hippocat, you're gonna love it, because it is accompanied by a constant scream by Kazooie, because she is the one running. And it's gonna be just marvelous. grinding through the entire game with that. Okay, let's go. I wonder if actually, I don't remember. I don't think the Spiral Mountain in Smash is gonna have this like alternate ground on top of it, not grass. It's probably gonna have just regular grass. Because I think they made it that way in Nuts and Bolts. Kinda retconned. N64, yes, emulated of course, I don't have a real one. But I think it should be emulated pretty faithfully at this point, even like the whole texture render thing for the puzzles is finally working. Perhaps I'm told will make me young and tooty old. I guess the beauty is the same as youth in this case. No, not HD. Well, I mean, it's, you know, it's in a higher resolution due to the emulator, but it's not the HD. The one that they have on like the Xbox. Some Xbox they have a port of this. So the entire game has a time limit. I'm joking, it doesn't. But for some reason this takes a really long time and we can beat the entire game while they just are trying to charge that machine. There he is. And for some reason throughout the game, from inside the machine, Grunty is able to actually see what we're doing and talk to us somehow. I guess she has a PA system or something. Oh yeah, the classic Grunty tune here. Love it. And you know, there is something special about this hub, this like evil castle, but not quite Bowser style or anything like that. Hello, Vin. I have a Super Nintendo as well, Pulse Dude, but someone stole a lot of its pieces, like the cables and the controllers, so it's just kind of for show along with all the cartridges. But I did buy the minis, so I can at least hold the controller in my head again. In my head? What? In my hands. Okay, so you can climb this, but we'll only move to climb it in the first level. Also, this portrait is here for no reason. I don't think there's anything you can do with it. It's just like, hey, you immediately know whose castle this is. I don't know why there's like a pumpkin with a face on the wall and just a lot of murals in here. Not a lot of this makes sense, I'm gonna admit right off the bat. So the system in this game is, this is the hub world, kind of, Grunty's lair. I guess it's not strictly a castle. And in the levels you earn these jiggies, the jigsaw puzzles, and in the hub you unlock levels by completing pictures of these levels with the required amount of jiggy piece. We just found one, and this luckily the first level only needs one, of course. And in this game you don't have to manually insert them, I don't think. Yes, if only Grunty didn't put that jiggy piece in there, I would have been halted in the first room of her lair immediately. But like all villains, she's done. Well, I think... I don't actually remember, in my case, I remember something about channels, but I think you had to like search for it like you searched for any channel. I don't know if it's still a thing today. Do the TVs today still have the thing where you have to like search all the wavelengths to map all the channels manually? Because last time I watched the TV, they still have that. And you know, one of the wavelengths just had the stream of video from the console, basically. Alright, Mambo's mouth. Mambo is that pink dude in a skull mask. He's cool. He's gonna be transforming us into random shit throughout the game. 3 new moves to learn this level. Okay, I don't remember what others are, but I know that running up mountains and shit is one of them. Oh, it's the first honeycomb that I picked up. Cool. So also, notes are kind of coins or bananas or whatever. 100 in every level, but unfortunately in this game, this is a kind of a weird system. You have to pick all of them up. It's kind of like a high score. You don't collect them and like permanently add them to your inventory in any way. It's kind of a high score. So throughout one run through a level, you have to pick them all up if you want to complete 100%. And you can't like pick half of them, then go out a different level, return to pick the other half. They're all gonna respawn and you're gonna need to repick the others. In the second game they fixed that. I don't know why they decided to make it that way for this one, but it's what they decided, so. And also these idiots, 5 in every level, and the skulls. There's just, you know, a collectathon means there's like 5,000 currencies that you have to collect. And as with most aspects that are not atmosphere and vibe. I can take it or leave it. I'm not crazy about collectathons where you just run around and collect random shits everywhere. But, you know, there's fun picking up just random stuff in nooks and crannies here and there. But, I feel like the moons in Mario Odyssey have done it better because they are more rare than just notes and coins everywhere, but they are more frequent than stars and that kind of thing. The big collectibles you usually have that determine your progression. Analog blah blah blah, I don't know. I have no idea actually what the terms are for any of that stuff because I've not used television since, I don't know, a decade ago maybe. Okay, bull. I guess... Actually, I can kill him. Okay, cool. Or I'm just disabling him. Well, no matter. I forgot what these have. Go away, leave my honeycombs. Okay, I don't think they have honey extensions, but let's just kill one of them and see. Okay, yeah, just health. Well, I didn't really need it, but whatever. Well, Luis, be sure to drink a lot of hot tea and, you know, wrap yourself in towels and other type of fabric that is really warm. Okay, can we walk up the stairs at least? Yes, we can, okay. Maybe not Mario 64, but the rare games definitely. Mario 64, I mean, there is the red coin stuff, there is stars for regular coins. And in Odyssey I like because coins are always useful because you can buy a lot of stuff from them, for them. I kinda like it more than just, hey, collect 100 coins and you get something. I guess it's technically kind of the same, you collect enough coins and you go and buy a thing, but you know, you can choose what to buy with them. And since, you know, there's a lot of things to buy, not all of them you might want, a lot of the coins end up being optional and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and here there's the ground pound move, I'm pretty sure. Well, Postal Dude, that's to teach you to switch to a unlimited tariff for your internet. I cannot be arsed to change the settings back and forth between Witcher and this. I wonder if there's a resolution option in this to have... Okay, I don't actually remember, I should have paid attention, but I guess it's... yeah, okay. This reminds me of Turok 2 in the second level where you destroy all those huts with your Triceratops gun. Okay, eggs are ammo. But you know, with as much stuff as there is to collect in this game, at least it's not Donkey Kong 64. I'm not playing that at any point. Okay, kill these assholes just because they are annoying and dumb. Anyway, this is probably my least favorite level in the game because it's kind of really basic and the environment is just so primitive. But trust me when I say that the levels get vastly more interesting. Like there's a level with a giant cavern with a giant robotic shark in it that you go inside and it's like one of those levels where you are inside the creature. It's a cyborg shark actually, it's not a robot shark. And just regular, you know, there's a swamp level that's pretty cool. Other levels here and there. Of course you can't really go without some generic levels like a Halloween style Haunted Mansion level and Christmassy winter level and the Egyptian desert level, but they completely disregard all that shit in 2E, and pretty much all the levels in 2E are much more unique. Okay, I don't think I know how to shoot yet, so it's a bit early to be doing this. It's kind of interesting that I have beaten this game like a long time ago only once. And I'm trying to just kind of run on autopilot from memory, despite not really remembering most things about this game. But, you know, the first level is gonna be easy, of course, and I remember enough. But we'll see how this goes as we move into slightly harder levels. I might, you know, I said I'm not gonna 100% it, and I meant it, I'm not gonna 100% this game. Okay, most of those dickheads. I don't know what those color, I think they're like Jinjos. And I know they help you in the final fight, spoiler alert, but I don't care about them that much. But I think they get you a Jiggy if you collect all 5. Okay, need some ammo. I'm gonna shoot shit. Well, Pulse, that sucks for you, I guess. Well, I mean, actually, settings. Is it in the settings? Or maybe it's in the scene. Give me a sec. I don't know settings for the scene. I don't know. I'll look at it. Maybe I'll output. There's the resolution, I guess, kind of. Slightly. You know, so long as yeah, base kind of resolution. I don't know if these settings in OBS are tied to the scene you have selected, or you have to just, you know, go in the settings and set them back and forth. Okay, egg throwing. I don't know why they teach us the egg throwing in this place, because it's entirely useless in here, in this ruin, but let me go to that spinning totem thing, kill it. Then I'm gonna kill the ape escape down there. And I guess I'm gonna... Actually, no, let's go first to the ape escape, because I want the talent throat move, which I'm guessing, surmising, is probably gonna be somewhere down there. Because where else? Also, the drone distance is kind of tragic, but you know, what can you do? Ah yes, we needed the ground pound for these things. Actually, no, we didn't. I think we just need... This is an orange pad, ooh! This is not as contrived as Donkey Kong 64 gets, at least. But we've got orange buttons that can only be pressed by oranges. Hell yeah. Can you say tutorial level? Tutorial level. Also, yeah, in compression, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why there's a monkey here. Chimpy! Okay, throw an orange at me, idiot. Come on, come on, come on. He's doing Donkey Kong sounds. Come on. Throw a fucking orange already. Okay, I don't know if he doesn't want to throw an orange. Maybe I'm hidden from him. Yeah. Trying to judge by the sounds what he's doing, but I don't think he's throwing. Oh, perfect dark. I have yet to beat that completely. I don't remember how far I got, but... Oh, I can just get an orange. Okay, never mind. That was a bit dumb of me. I'm not gonna put the orange back. And the orange is alive and speaking, of course. Monk is gonna eat him live. They call us fat, even though Banjo is really fit, actually. That's not fair. But I don't think Perfect Dark has anywhere near this style of music. I think Conker has a different composer, but Grant Kirkhope did Banjo games in Donkey Kong 64, and I'll be honest, I don't much care for the soundtrack to Donkey Kong 64 because it's a completely different style from the country games, and it just feels like too much like a Banjo game reskin without a lot of the atmosphere. So I don't like Donkey Kong 64 whatsoever. I don't know if he did like a GoldenEye or Perfect Dark. Wait, was this the shooting? Maybe I just learned Talent Throat up there by the ruins and the shooting here. Well, that would make sense. I'm just not reading any of this. Exciting, shut up. Don't make puns at me. I guess I already had Talent Throat, so... Let's kill the monkey, and then we'll start moving in the way that we're gonna be moving throughout the entire game. Okay, these buttons do something in the hub, I think. Yeah, this one spawns a Jiggy just on top of the mountain. We can climb that mountain just... You see that mountain? You can climb it, yeah. Just using this move that we learned apparently earlier, that I missed somehow. Yeah, it was the sci-fi one. It's basically also kind of a reskin of GoldenEye with a very similar... And has cheese hidden in every level, but you know. Okay, so what's the... I should have probably read the tutorial for this. Maybe it's the D-pad? Okay, it's the movement key. Die, die, die. No! I don't remember if you can shoot first person in this game. I guess not. I also don't remember if in the second game you can shoot first person everywhere or only in the first person levels. Oh well. Okay, so we just use the moving... Aha! Fuck off. Ah, damn it, he throws too. Yeah. Controls, don't fight me. The stick is gonna be kinda awkward because I think there were buttons on the N64 controller. And you got different actions by pressing different directions on the stick. Well, Vin, I tried playing both of them and you know, GoldenEye I didn't care about in the slightest. I thought it was super dumb and I didn't like it. But Perfect Dark at least has a setting that I can appreciate. So I might play it again, but you know, not on stream or anything. Alright, so there we go. So get used to this because this is how we're gonna be moving now. Because this is much faster and can climb up slippery inclines and whatnot. It's kind of weird that the music didn't get interrupted there. But oh well. Let's get the notes. I believe in this level we should be able to... I don't remember if we have situations where you can have levels expect you to know moves that you learn in different levels that you might not know at that point. But in this level, since it's the first, obviously I should be able to take everything on my first run. Right, additional notes in that half, I think. Man, this is slightly better than playing on the keyboard, I will say that much. For platformers, third-person platformers, I'm fine. Though, you know, I would still probably prefer it was keyboard and mouse, and I could steer with the mouse, like some third-person action games on the PC, but I think I'm starting to learn to use the stick, kind of. My most biggest obstacle with the stick always has been that I have not learned the frame of reference for, you know, where actual up and down is, because when I try to press what I think is up on the stick, usually ends up being diagonal in some fashion. And unlike keyboard, which makes it simple as hell to go straight up, straight forward and whatnot. Oh yeah, that's the other egg attack. With a stick, actually I'm gonna sneeze, give me a second. Please. There we go. I wonder why the menu doesn't look right. But whatever, so in Mario Odyssey, for example, I had real troubles, and in Breath of the Wild, when you have to walk across thin platforms or like logs or something, I had real problems with the stick. But when I'm already like moving with it, it's easier to just adjust the direction. You have like immediate feedback. And then I am using Xbox, some sort of Xbox controller via USB. Yes, exactly, RLWar. Rune is probably my favorite. It's just like an FPS, but you know, it's in third person. Also, thank you, Luis. Yeah, for some reason, I just have started sneezing. I cannot stop. And by started, I mean I started like months ago. And every morning I have to go through this kind of sneezing fit. It's annoying. Maybe there's just too much dust floating around my room. I don't know. I've started clearing my room, but I haven't gotten that far. Right, let's fart a bit. Actually, I don't think we need to fart on this guy, but, you know, if he's close, I might as well. And I had to time my farts better. Okay, I guess I need to sit slightly farther. Probably this is not actually meant for me to fart. Yeah, fuck it, let's just throw normally. There's a delay, of course, so timing is a thing I'm gonna have to learn. Luckily, I tend to be pretty alright at timing these things, where like, you press a button, then something takes time before it actually can do things. So I usually really like the sections in games where like... For example, what was the game recently I played? I don't know. Now I'm gonna be thinking about it. There's a bunch of things that are moving like left and right. And you need to shoot something in between them. I guess it must have been just one of the shrines in Breath of the Wild. Basically a lot of like obstacle platforms that are moving left and right, and you shoot once and you need your cannonball to fly past all of them, time it perfectly. I always enjoy challenges like that in games. And I don't want to brag too much, but I tend to be pretty alright with them. Facecam. No, I had to actually disconnect Facecam to plug in the controller. There's too much USB shit. I might have extra USB ports somewhere, but my PC case is behind my monitors. It's kind of horrible to get through. Hot boy, wow, yeah, that's an insult. So this guy, shaman of some sort, he transforms us into crap, and we need to give him tokens, and we are lacking one of them, but I'm expecting maybe there's just one in his house, because I don't think there's, unless we go into that anthill, molehill thing, anthill I guess. There might not be anything in his house, because his pillars are on fire, apart from this one though. Maybe we can land on this one if we are super careful, yes. Let's see. Give me a token. No? In some levels there are tokens in his house, I'm pretty sure, behind his throne and whatnot. I guess this is not one of them. Well, let's go into that other building and see if there's a token there, because I'm pretty sure we need that transformation to finish that. Oh, hey. There's a thing in his eye. How do I... Well, that's slidey as hell. Yeah, I don't think Hippocat is up for reading all that crap. Hippocat should be figuring out the GTA 2 scripting thing so that he can teach me how to make missions afterwards.
That's what I'm doing, like, about now.
Good. I'm fine with that alternative. Because I was not even remotely expecting you to be watching this, so, you know. You just, if you discover something in your travels throughout the scripting wonders, you tell us immediately. Because I'm gonna run out of things to say in here real soon, I expect. Anyway, 5 tokens. Let's go transform into one of those idiots. Ants. I don't hate ants too much. I didn't used to, but then they invaded our office at work. No, those I don't know if those were actually ants. Probably ants. Unusual color for ants in my experience. They used to be black, but you know. They are fantastic ants. Let me see actually if I missed anything in the chat, because chat is actually moving faster than I expect. But yeah, I feel very vindicated that someone shares my opinion that Room has the best third-person control, so yeah. I also don't mind Crusaders, even though that one is kind of stiff. Okay, do we press attack? Yes, we do press attack, okay.
Well, it's like a special scripting language that I've been told it looks a lot like BASIC.
Huh. You know what, that's kind of fair to say, Postal Dude. I should be made to suffer through Hippocat's speedrun attempts, or whatever he's doing in GTA 2 these days. If he's being made to suffer here. Though, you know, GTA 2 is probably marginally more interesting to me than many of these games are for him, so I might be forced psychologically to still watch a lot of the time that I'm there. Okay, so this ant, his thing is that he can climb those super tilted platforms. So that was the reason. Hey, these ants hate me. Because he wants my clothes, but give me all this crap, okay. I don't remember how to transform back into Banjo. I guess we probably need to go to Mambo again. Unless there's just a button to untransform. But it's too early now, because we need all this crap. And we need to climb. I'm not gonna get the eggs, because who cares, I've got enough. Yeah. And this guy wants my backpack. Wow, ants are horrible in this game. Yeah. Alright, and I think there should be a Jiggy on top here. Or a life, I'll take a life. Okay, just don't fall. I also, one thing I like about the Banjo games from memory is that there's a lot of real places where you go into like giant versions of normal things, like into a giant beehive or a giant trash can or giant other things inside a turtle shell even. And for some reason that just evokes nostalgia in me, because when I was a kid, having walks through the woods and whatnot with my parents, Hey, did I get all the jiggies? I guess I must have gotten all the jiggies. So I like to take, you know, those Lego minifigs, but not the regular ones, but ones from Techno. The ones that were super tall and had actually like flexible arms and legs. So I used to take those as kind of my action figure instead of, I don't know, superhero figures or whatnot. And I used to just, okay, I didn't die, no fall damage on ants. Used to take them and just, you know, play with them as if they were like platforming around tree branches and, my voice is breaking. Platforming around tree branches and just anything that was around me at the time. And so I guess just playing as someone small, platforming around giant things, but not, you know, not the stereotypical, like you're in a giant room, in a giant house, like in that one Thief level, or that one Steer level that I played ages ago. That is less my thing, but like the outside, the outdoors, is where I like that stuff. And for some reason it just kind of resonates with me, all these Banjo situations where you go into giant versions of regular objects. Right, do I have stats here? Yeah, okay, so I need 9 more notes somewhere. I actually have no idea where they might be. I don't think I missed anything in the mountain. I would like some health. Did I? Yeah, leave this guy so I might get some health. Those ants almost killed me. And can I wonder if I needed to use the idol here to get this thing. When there was only one section of idol remaining, maybe I could have jumped on top of him and gotten that health extension. Well, I'm gonna find the last notes and collect them. Then I'm gonna leave the level, come back for that health. Do I get the health indication in here? No, I don't. Actually, maybe if I view totals, let me see. Oh, 2 even. So I'm missing another one somewhere. Interesting. Well, let's find those last notes. And we're gonna be going to better levels. I don't actually remember what the second level is. Oh, no, I do remember. It's that island place. Okay, never mind. Oh, there's some notes here. I guess I missed some of these. I was not really thoroughly exploring them. Come on. One more platform of 3. No, there we go. Great. Nally, I don't remember what sound Nally make, but who do you mean, Errolwar? Who's making the sound? Okay, I have actually no idea where the other health extension might be. I wonder if there's... Oh wait, maybe it's in that little thing in the rock above the water. I just noticed that right now. Unless I've been there and maybe there's just a jiggy there. No, there's a health extension. Okay, so I'm gonna... I don't think I can transform in there into backpack run, but... Also, I wonder if this is faster than swimming and paddling on the surface. Shaman, oh. Well, I'll take your word for that. Yes, Vin, but in this game, notes, I think, are used to open doors in the hub or something like that. Okay, anyway, I need to kind of aim here, because I don't think you can Talontrot on top of this. I could have probably used the ant to climb that, but I cannot be asked to go into Mambo's again. So let's leave the level and come back for that last extension, and we're done with Mambo's Mountain. That was quick. Also, GZB is just reminding me of freaking GTA San Andreas. Would be cool if I could make levels, environments and missions for GTA San Andreas. Even better than GTA 2. But I'm looking forward to seeing if there is actually something good you can make with the GTA 2, because I've got like... I could make a like town that is Russian styled, or I could make some sort of post-apocalyptic desert ruined town thing that I remember back in the days of GTA San Andreas. I was not really frequenting, but yeah, the notes are all back and everything is back. But I don't need anything anymore. I'm going for that extension. So I was frequenting the playground.ru forums, and some guy there, I think it was the guy who made some of those Gmod videos that no one has seen apart from me and some people, I guess. I don't know if they were popular outside of Russia, the ones that I voice acted for. And he wanted to make a game. I don't remember what engine he wanted to use, but I think he wanted to make a GTA 2 style game or something. He was a big fan of Twisted Metal. Okay, let's see if this is enough. And I remember we wanted to cooperate on it briefly. And my idea for a game involving cars and, you know, shooting was a GTA 2 style top-down game, but set in a more open world. And, well, I mean, GTA 2 is kind of an open world, but smaller environments. But in my idea would have a larger world, and you would get upgrades for your car throughout. You know, you could buy upgrades that got you like longer jumps on ramps, newer weapons, and more armor and stuff like that. So you can get kind of Metroidvania style. You would be able to get to new places and, you know, make new jumps, kill new things, destroy walls and stuff like that. And basically just one giant top-down car-based Metroidvania. Which, come to think of it, I don't know if such a game even exists.
Well, original GTA 2 was probably written in C, but like the mission logic was written in the script. And there is actually source scripts available for industrial, but there are no source scripts for downtown or residential.
It's kind of weird.
And we don't really have a decompiler.
Ah.
Like, we have a decompiler, but it doesn't decompile everything.
How did you get scripts for industrial then? Did it decompile industrials?
I think the original author posted the script.
Holy shit. Maybe you can... But I don't know. Are there anything unique like mechanics in the first towns that are not in industrial that are worth looking for?
No. Well, there are wank cars in residential.
Well, yeah.
But that's like pretty simple to code.
Also, it's kind of broken. Can you code it in such a way that it's not like save abusable?
Well, if it was fixed in 1144, I would assume yes.
So it's not within the power of the scripts themselves.
Well, I mean, you can write a script that is not going to shit itself.
Well, okay.
Basically, you can do a variable in the script and mark it as the variable that is going to be saved when you save the game.
Ah, well, that sounds simple enough. Why didn't they do it?
Well, they probably did it, but they fucked up. Residential is all kinds of fucked up by itself.
Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of interesting here meantime. I actually had to take my transformation out of the level to get that thing. I forgot about that. But yeah, so interesting. Gonna be interesting to... Because I immediately have parallels with the scripting you get in like Morrowind and whatnot. And the scripting in like Decorate for ZDoom. And even though, you know, ZDoom knows Decorate scripts for all the original enemies, I actually myself, I'm not sure, but just based on intuition alone, I kind of doubt that the original enemy AI actually used that exact scripting. For some reason, I feel like they just kind of... It used some type of script that they kind of reinterpreted into Decorate in ZDoom, but actually I probably could ask someone to read about that if I really was curious, which I'm not that much. But yeah, so it's interesting that it's literally the same language that was used to make the original missions. That should mean that, you know, there is no missing features or anything, so that's cool. You just have to know. Is there... I'm assuming there is no sort of like help anywhere. It's just the source code that you have, and that's all you have to learn.
There is a pretty solid documentation for what all the commands do.
Well, I guess there's just no like unique commands that were not used in the dump then, because where else would you get the documentation if no one had that before? Oh well, I'm looking forward to diving into that if it actually proves to be capable. I guess if it's the same script as the original games, it should be, you know, it should be possible to do all sorts of cool shit. Can you do outside mission stuff? Like, you know, the wank cars, they are not tied to missions, so can you do like unique objects outside of missions and behaviors and whatnot?
Yeah, I like did that already while fucking around.
Cool. I wonder if you can just make the entire game not mission based anymore.
I suppose you can.
Just make a giant open, just exactly what I said, just, you know, open world. It's probably not gonna be easy to have like a perma car that is saved and has upgrades and that kind of stuff. On the other hand, maybe there's a possibility to just like guarantee spawn cars in like a garage or some shit.
I've been thinking about that. I'm not sure how to do that yet. Basically, I think in 1144, like, you can do more than in the original game. Because apparently in 1144 there's a command that lets you directly access the memory from within the game scripts. And you can do all kinds of like crazy shit with it.
Huh. I can't even think of like, because I don't know how any of this works, I can't think of what that would actually achieve, but access memory, do you mean change the memory as well? Because I remember you doing some crazy like bit thing. Yeah. Guess that could be pretty interesting to watch. I'm thinking just, you know, if I'm assuming you can spawn cars because you spawn cars in missions all the time. Maybe...
Well, there is a guy on the forums who wrote a DLL injection for GTA 2, so you can like do some crap with his DLLs.
Huh.
But I haven't tried any of that and I haven't looked at that.
Well, I'm probably just gonna wait until you figure more of that stuff out. Kinda like with Doom Builder back in the day when you actually taught me the basics before anything else.
Wait, what? I taught you Doom Builder?
You taught me like the very basics, how to just, you know, lower unpeg, upper unpeg, the sectors, lines and stuff like that, and then I just kind of rolled on my own. But I didn't know anything, I didn't learn the very basics of Doom Builder on my own. I think actually you started doing it before me. And I didn't, for some reason, for some time I just didn't care about making Doom levels, if you can believe it. I was just like, I don't care about that, I'm not gonna try. And then I think something motivated me to start, and I asked you and you told me like the basics of it.
That's weird.
Right? Also, Vin, I addressed it slightly before, but I am not interested in ukulele whatsoever. I don't like the art style because it's kind of reminiscent of nuts and bolts, and you know, it's a different atmosphere. It's not Banjo, basically. I like Banjo for the specific vibe that it has, and I feel like ukulele has none of that. And it's just like pretty much what Hippocate thinks of this game, I think of ukulele, because it's just like, hey, animal mascots, generic platformer, and it doesn't have the context that I have for these games that make me enjoy it a bit more, and the specific atmosphere. So I'm just like, gameplay alone, and she's like, hey, there's 3D levels, you run around them, explore them, and collect lots of crap. That alone is not enough to make me interested, so that's why. I think it was mildly successful, Luis. I remember some people criticized it for taking too much of the bad things from the old games, not improving on the bad things. But some people thought it was completely fine. But I think A Hat in Time is universally more approved. Unfortunately, A Hat in Time, from what I've seen, it also is not like really up my alley, because the level themes are super, just like not my thing. It's like on a train, in a club, and stuff like that. I prefer more like natural epic environments like forests, mountains, and that stuff. I guess The Hat in Time is kind of more like Psychonauts, if anything, in terms of like weird level environments that are not like traditional game environments. Okay, so this is the sister of Grunty, the witch. She's some sort of fairy, and she's completely absent in the second game, weirdly enough, or anywhere else apart from this one. And she wants us to help us, and she's gonna tell us gossip on Grunty that is gonna come into play very, very late. I don't remember how this works exactly, but I think she gets one piece of gossip per location where you find her. Whoop. With rancid milk. Also, actually, maybe this is just randomized, the answers. Grunty brushes her rotten teeth with tuna ice cream flavored toothpaste. She also washes her hair with rancid... Oh, maybe she has several things to say in each location then. and she gets her clothes from the Wish's warehouse. Okay, I can remember that. Rancid milk, tuna toothpaste, tuna ice cream toothpaste, and Wish's warehouse. I'm probably not gonna remember it throughout the entire end of the game, but you know, you can hope. Also, Luis, Hat and Time is on Steam. I don't know about Ukulele. And yeah, so I don't know a lot about Ukulele. Just know I looked at it and just nothing about it grabbed me. And kind of same about Hat and Time, honestly. I would like to play a platformer, like a 3D platform, if it was set in natural environments and without any like heavy visual stylization. Like Ukulele has all that angular shit and whatnot. I don't like that. I just like them like making a genuine attempt to look, you know, close to what they're depicting. Because in these games, you know, there's a lot of limitation from the technology, but they were using pre-rendered textures for maximum realistic like lighting on them and whatnot. And it looks really good for N64 in general. What's up there? Oh, that's gonna be a puzzle thing for another level then. So I spent enough time just fucking about here. Let me see. Where did I come from? I came from that doorway, I'm pretty sure. Let's open this level. Oops. Okay, yeah, there's the button I need to press here, jump button. Possibly I'm not working on games anymore for a long time. I'm working on AR, VR demos in Unity. Which are just like, probably just like one small room environment, and you walk around and you look at our Doom Sprite style objects. And that's kind of advertisement for the Doom Sprite style object technology that we have. To be fair, that Doom Sprite style object technology is used for like embedding in websites, and apparently it actually helps. From the data we have, it helps with conversion, which I'm guessing is like the amount of people that look at the page of an object they want to buy. I guess item that's like a bag or shoe or any other like jewelry. The amount of people who look at the page with the thing, and the amount of people who end up buying it. I think that must be conversion. So when they started embedding 360 views, it like raised it up 40%, which apparently was good. And by they, I mean actually specific company that we are working with. But we got all sorts of clients, I think. Not Doom style sprite website VR. Well, I mean, you can play it in the browser. There is a build for a browser somewhere, but it's just like, you know, I don't know why. I guess he wants to, by he I mean my boss, he wants to promote stuff like, you know, virtual shopping environments, and it's much simpler to photo. I guess it's not really photograph, to record the 3D object without technology than to make a 3D one that's gonna look good enough. And they look passable enough in VR that you can kind of feel like you're looking at it from all relevant directions and whatnot. Grant is what's the word? Shit talking, but we'll ignore her. Quite absurd, Adventure of Baron Bird. So these cauldrons kind of remind me of the pots in Wind Waker, in Zelda Wind Waker, because they are kind of shortcuts through the world here. But yeah, Doom VR is fine enough. It works for me. Played a bit of it. That was probably the most nauseating VR experience that I've ever had, but I lasted enough to finish Spirit World at least. Alright, I'm guessing the second level should be up here. A sewer, pipe, and some stuff down there, and that further door which I can probably open. No, I don't have 180. What's in here? I don't remember the layout of the hub at all. I don't know Postil, but apparently it's a thing that people are gonna start doing. I don't know. There's a lot of things that he projects on the future, like technologies that people are gonna want. And he's not been wrong a lot. Like, we do have a bunch of clients, a lot of people use a lot of companies and internet shop websites and things like that use our software, so you know. Apparently it's actually not as stupid as I always thought it was. Okay, that's a different color. Shortcut cauldron, not relevant right now. And I'm guessing this thing is gonna open probably... This is probably an entrance to one of the levels. If I were to guess, it would be Clanker's Cavern, but... Judging by the pipe, metal pipe and whatnot, but I don't know. Might be completely different. It might be something that you open with the Grunty switch in a level. Why do you think that, Luis? I mean, I don't know if we have a popular person anywhere. I am amicable, what's the word? Amicable or amiable? Actually, I don't know. Basically, I am in good relationship with everyone, pretty much. Apart from the very newest people who I don't remember how they're called, and we've not had the reason to interact at all. But with everyone who was there when the office was kind of like smaller, I'm pretty alright with everyone. But, you know, I'm not the super sociable person. When there is a reason to talk to someone, it's fine. But, you know, I just don't seek out interactions most of the time, so I don't know if any understanding of the word popular would apply to me. Maybe I'm the most friendly, I don't know. There's people who I'm good and friendly with in the office, who I think probably aren't like on that level of friendly with anyone else. And I guess that's something, but I didn't really care that much. There was the center camera button, because I would really love to have my camera centered here. Decide with Banjo, but change stack. Imagine you on Grunty's back. Yeah, I don't think Kazooie wants to sit in her backpack. She doesn't even have a fucking backpack, what are you talking about? Okay, what's this gonna do? This is probably gonna raise more pillar. Oh, that pillar, interesting. Kinda reminds me of one of the rooms in the Deco Tree in Ocarina of Time. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Maybe there's a... I could look up using first person, but who cares? Let's not rob ourselves from the joy of discovery. Of the joy of discovery, rather. Apparently mentioned the one who wanted soup. Mumble the swear words. Ah! Yeah, well, I mean, bring where? How can I bring that? Personalizations, I probably won't be common with that. While, well, I mean, VR is not common, but the biggest thing that we sell is that the embedding in websites and whatnot, that old technology, and that is fairly common. A lot of websites use 3D technology. Reinforced girdle. That's, I don't know if I wanted to know that. No, yeah, okay, I guess you must have been joking. Oh shit, I skipped that. She sings in her own band, Grunty and the Broomstick Boys. They're awful, of course they are. Okay, what was the second one that I skipped? Reinforced girdle. Nasty pet dog whose name is Reaper. Well, that's not that bad. Yeah, human resource. I don't know if we have. I don't think we have human resource yet. We've got like PR people, sales people, development director or whatnot, that kind of people, marketing, bunch of programmers. But I don't think we have human resources. We've got accountant somewhere, some sort of website designer person somewhere. They're not in the office. Yeah, I've heard enough about human resources. Okay, so this might actually go to Bubblegoop Swamp. I'm again basing it on the texture of the floor, but maybe it's completely wrong. Just the texture scheme reminds me of what I remember from Bubblegoop Swamp. I'm kinda amazed that I remember the name, because I played this game last time, it was like what, 10,000 years ago probably. Okay, I can activate Bubblegoop Swamp. Bubblegloop. See, I didn't remember it perfectly. There we go. All the pieces into just press Z. Okay. What's Z again? Cool. Handy. Ah, this is the home of Mr. Vile. Who... I wonder how frustrated I'm gonna get with Mr. Vile. He is notoriously bad. Not as bad as Canary Mary for the second game, but... also probably not as bad as Beaver Bother from Donkey Kong, but you know, Donkey Kong is irrelevant in this case. Okay, so opened Bubblegloop Swamp. And opened that island place. I don't remember the island. Treasure Trove Grove, maybe? It's kind of a generic name, but it could be real. So that's it for this room, I'm guessing. I kinda already lost the memory. I guess I pressed those things to raise these pipes. Raise that pipe, and I went up there, and I opened the grating on the pipe. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Camera, stop doing that dumb shit and let me out. Well, 3D scanners are still shit, and not as accessible. You need to fix them up, like the results of them are usually crap. You need really expensive hardware for it to be any good. And the models usually need to be touched up. With our technology, the biggest thing is that it's easy to use. You just need a camera of any sort, works, and like a spin table. And you know, your resolution is up to 4K, maybe more. And it can have any number of frames, to my knowledge. Our usual amount of frames is 120. So it's fine enough when you just spin it around on a website. You can zoom, you can spin, you can auto spin, and just, you know, it's basic, but it's a good way to get an idea of what something looks like from all sides. Okay, we came from up there. I already forgot what was down here, I'll be honest. Let me just quickly remind myself. Also, okay, this place. Possible clunkers cavern entrance. I think, I might be wrong about this, because this is my speculation, but I think 3D objects might be heavier on the hardware of the whatever you use to browse. So if you're browsing from a phone, for example, it might work bad. I don't know, though of course our 120 frames in high resolution also probably eat up a lot of image memory or whatever, but yeah. I know it's pretty terrible for actual Unity applications, because the graphical memory, like 30 different objects is pretty much it. Especially for VR stuff, for actual VR, like Gear VR. Because that uses mobile hardware and that's even more limited. So it's not, you know, we are still alive and earning money and expanding, so something's working right. And apparently, since I'm still employed, the shit I do is useful in some way for our company, so I'm not gonna question. I'm not a business development guy. I don't know what's useful for people, what's not. A lot of things that apparently are useful for people, I'm like, who needs that shit? But, you know, my boss has a better sense for that shit. Well, I mean, yeah, you record on a spinning table, and technically it is kind of like a video file that you can play back and forth by spinning it with your mouse. But it is processed, it's not just a video file, it's processed into, like, not having any overlap. There is some other stuff that goes on. We've got potentially background removal in the future. There is... I like how this game stream has turned into me just kind of shilling for my company, but you know, I have not named it, so it's gonna be fine. Oh yeah, we don't even have the pad to open this level, and we don't have even remotely enough jiggies for that. Also, there's a lot of analytics that goes on to where people look on the objects that they browse, and that's apparently also a very useful thing that people make a lot of use for. Grant's nickname was Hog Breath. Sweaty gorilla feet is her favorite smell. That's weird. Do they smell any different than adult sweaty feet? I don't know. Old Hag's favorite color is dung brown. Well, I know brown is real, so she is very real at least. I don't think there's anything. And Vin, I noticed your message there. I just didn't get around to answering. Don't worry. But yeah, basically, it's just a more convenient thing. It processes them into being more, you know, presentable things to embed in your website. But it is literally, you record a video on a turntable and you put it into our program and it makes things out of it. You can edit it a little bit here and there, and additional, a bunch of additional functionality. And to my understanding, the boss recently said that the analytics are actually a huge deal. Which, you know, kind of makes sense for businesses. Which I don't think like a business, so I don't know. And so to answer Vin's question finally, it's kind of, I would say 75% my own, 25% school. Not I mean, in school as well. When I was in school, I don't remember if it was, we had how would you translate informatica, I wonder? Like information, just like...
computer science.
Yeah, I guess it would be computer science. And we had really basic introductory level, like the very concept of programming. Starting with, we had this software where there's just a turtle, and you input, like, go forward that length, turn that angle left, turn that angle right, go back, and that kind of stuff. And we needed to, like, write algorithms that would make the turtle, once it executes all the commands, make it draw something. And I remember I was very good at that. I made it draw like a badass snowflake and other things. And I think we got into... I don't remember how much programming we had. I guess we must have been studying just like graphical editors and Excel and that kind of shit. Just Word, because, you know, back when I was in school, all the shit was new. You have to understand that much. I was in school a long time ago. I didn't even have internet at that time. Well, I mean, it existed as a concept, but I didn't have it. And in the university, briefly, that I was in university, in the Bauman one, there was enough programming there, but I don't know how much I learned from that, because when I was in school later, I guess after I was successful at computer science
Literally
classes...
everything I've learned about programming, I learned from Bauman.
Huh, interesting. Well, you stayed there longer than I did, so, you know, it makes sense. But I bought, or I guess Dark Basic was bought for me when I was in school, and I grasped a bunch of programming stuff from that. It had an interesting enough manual. And also there was Blitz 3D, Blitz Basic. Also I kind of got into that, but slightly less than Dark Basic. Made like a half-finished game on Dark Basic that I don't think it's possible to record it in any way, so that's why I haven't shown it yet. But it was like a shooter where you had square arenas, and you just need to kill enough monsters that would respawn everywhere to earn points. No, like, navigation or anything. And mostly, yeah, the stupid thing was that the ammo box, you needed to keep collecting ammo boxes, and there was always only one, and in the HUD you had like the distance to the ammo box. So most of the time in the level would be spent trying to triangulate where the ammo box is, and on the way to the next ammo box you would keep shooting enemies that would come at you. So that was kind of an unintentional gameplay loop, but, you know, it worked fine, I liked it. Didn't finish all the levels for it though. But, that, you know, I learned a bunch doing Dark Basic and Blitz Basic, and I guess maybe in school. I learned some in Bauman's, we had some computer science in the other university, which I actually graduated, but not that much. And the rest, like Unity stuff, I was learning by myself. You know, using some tutorials here and there, even to my eternal shame, some video tutorials. Oh shit, there's a shark. Fuck off, shark, I need this guy down there. Okay, well, I'm gonna come back later with invulnerability or something. Oh, Daggerfall Unity. I've seen a bunch of suggested videos about that. From some lady. I don't remember her name actually. Lilia, I think. Lilia plays. I've been watching her Thief games playthroughs. And YouTube is now suggesting me a bunch of her Daggerfall Unity videos. Which, I don't know if I'm interested in that game, but, you know. I hear they are, like, reducing the size of the dungeons and whatnot, and I would like to have a Daggerfall that has, like, full-size everything, because I like tedious, long things, but, just without the game-breaking bugs. Okay, shark fucked off for a bit, I can collect this guy. Well, I missed this guy completely. Well, I'm gonna try again later then. I don't know, Luis, probably not. It's ongoing. But you can search Lady Lilia. It's Lilia. Well, I mean, with a lady before it. And I think you should be able to find her. I was looking for Blind Thief Let's Plays, and it was, you know, that was she and some other woman that I was looking for, Metal Gear videos. Kind of surprising, more like pay more attention, are more focused on the game than most streamers or Let's Players I've ever seen, so that was pretty cool to find. Though she didn't pay that much attention to the story, I don't think she grabs the story of Thief 1 as much as, you know, you could. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Thief 1 is the best Thief game. Fight me. Wow, that thing steals my shit. How do I fight this thing? I'm gonna die. No, 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 go away. Maybe I shoot into it. I was expecting that I would need to ground pound on it, but I don't see it happening without me dying, so I need to get some health real soon. Okay, the super jump thing is good. I'm gonna learn it now. Okay, let me catch up with the chat a little bit while this is going on. How was the rate of frame converting software? Converting 30% to 60? Well, I mean, that's probably gonna be like AI based, if anything. I do, though, it's kind of amusing you say that, because I have a method. Oh, he healed me, that's cool. I had to use a method for the VR apps. Well, it's not really anything groundbreaking or interesting even, but basically, instead of just switching the frames, I kind of like gradually morph from one to the other when things spin as we walk around, because without it, it looks very jerky. And I'm kind of proud of it, because I am not actually a programmer. I'm very amateur level at everything Unity, everything programming, graphic and shaders. But I was able to do some things at least with the Unity shaders, so that was cool. Also the algorithm for determining like the alpha channel of the blend between two frames, because they're not just color but also blending the alpha channel between them. And there was a weird thing there where, you know, there'll be like 50, let's say in the middle between two frames, you'd have color information in sections that are like half transparent, because they're transparent in one frame, not transparent in the other. And the section will be half transparent and have color information from both frames equally, and then the frame where it's transparent, because it was not like pre-multiplied or whatever it's called. I was not using that alpha channel approach. So it was like, I don't remember if it was black or white or just some crazy color, and it looked really janky, and I didn't even notice it for the longest time. But then I ended up making an algorithm that I think it took the color information in proportion of how the alpha was distributed between the two frames for the result, or something like that. Which, you know, it sounds really simple, and it is pretty simple, but to me it was a cool thing to figure out. Right, let's shit in this bucket. Okay, I need to be closer to it to shit in it properly. It's oh hey, fuck the bomb. What's that super adhesive tape? Flex tape. You know, John Tron's video on flex tape, where he patches a bucket, makes it into like, completely fills it with flex tape. Flex glue, I guess, or flex glue, whatever it was called, flex something. The thing that, not the tape itself, but the thing that actually hardens. And, you know, using eggs to patch up a hole in a bucket kind of reminds me of that. Basically, that's what I did here by shooting in that bucket. Also, I kind of missed the context. Full plural thief, the thief, Luis. What we were talking about? So, yeah, Flex Seal, I guess. Thank you, Vin. She has full playthroughs of the 3 Thief games. I don't know if she played the reboot slash not really reboot. I don't think the Thief 4 is as bad as people say, though it is not as good as any of the previous games. And I don't think it's a hard reboot, because there was evidence that it is like a point in time much later from the other Thief games. There was like a Hammerite cathedral all destroyed, and there was no mention of Hammerites anywhere, which would imply that the Hammerites exist in the past. And I think it's a different Garrett in that game as well, but maybe a Garrett is just a constant for that city. Because you know at the end of Thief 3 Garrett was going to take an apprentice. Maybe through the chain of apprentices, there is another Garrett eventually. I need to replay Thief 4, honestly, I didn't hate it. Okay, I'm gonna make another attempt at these assholes. Oh, I can maybe shoot at them. Yes, cool. Don't know if I need to. Right, I'm aimlessly wandering around, but I want to jump on those pillars there with the super jump pads. So yeah, she has all Thief playthroughs, but what we were told sucked, Luis. I missed the context on that. Dishonored is alright. I like Dishonored enough. The thing I hate most about Dishonored is the introduction to the level, because it's too long and unskippable, because it has the Half-Life style, like first-person cutscenes. And they didn't think to make them skippable. I kinda hate the whole intro, having to sit through it every time. And you know, the tutorial prison level is not that fun. Also, I don't know why I was trying to like high jump between these. I can just do this, I think. No, I cannot. Well, maybe those are far. I can probably jump along these. Well, Luis, maybe the Thief 4. I can see why people would say Thief 4 would suck. Thief 1 is a fucking masterpiece, but you know, it's super old. And graphically, it's like, you know, Unreal 1, it's worse than that. But the atmosphere is top-notch. I love the story and the mood and everything in that game. Thief 2 is more polished, graphically and mechanically, but I feel like atmosphere-wise and story-wise it's more boring. Thief 3 is, you know, there's good in it, but it's very console-related. It's kind of like really small areas, a lot of loading screens between areas, simpler, some weird shit in there, but it's still got the mood. And Thief 4 is just like, okay, it's an alright game, but it's pretty shit at being a Thief game. But yeah, Thief 1, or Thief Gold more specifically for the extra missions and whatnot, I thoroughly recommend to everyone. And the story is fascinating. I'm not gonna spoil anything right now, but it's, you know, it's set in a kind of steampunk-ish city, just called The City, and the mood of the city is really strange because it almost feels like it's the only like civilized inhabited place in the entire world, because it's just like one large giant-ass city. And though in some of the games I think there are indications that there are other nations and other cities and whatnot, so it's a more realistic world. But when you play just like this giant city and places in it and around it and whatnot, and the story in the first game is kind of based on the conflict of nature and technology a little bit. And the nature is actually like the bad guy, which is unique. And in the second game, they go opposite way and go the technology overboard. Well, that's all I'm gonna say. But I would say that, you know, the eternal theme of nature versus progress is represented in my favorite way ever in Thief 1. Or I guess Thief 2 is as well, and Thief 3. In that universe, basically. Because nature is like this crazy, chaotic, just wild, out of control world where just physics almost don't apply and everything's weird and just... Well, wild would be probably the best way to describe. And it's very hostile for everything in it. And technology is like, hey, we're bringing comfort and convenience and ability to live, but it's kind of soulless at that point, which I guess is kind of regular for how you depict technology in such a comparison, in such a trope. But it's the nature part that really fascinates me in that game. And now the technology is not really that technological, even though it's steampunkish. The technology is more like just civilization, you know, just making buildings out of stone and all that kind of wonderful stuff. That's enough for technology in that game. But you know, just play it on your own and read everything and watch the cutscenes and enjoy, definitely. I can believe it if the third game was around like Doom 3 level technology, and if it was that around that time, I could see how that was still interesting. But yeah, Luis, if you are into that kind of game at all, like first-person stealth game, and if you can stomach really old graphics, really old. To me, it's part of the charm. I really like the old graphics. But I'm aware most people probably don't have the same adoration for it as I do. So if you can deal with that, you can play them or, you know, watch the playthrough. I'll be honest, the playthroughs, I skip through a lot. I just kind of fast forward through a lot of them to see like the reactions to more interesting things. It gets scary in places. In the first Thief game, there's a lot of levels. Oh, maybe I cannot do that. In the first Thief game, there's a lot of Tomb Raider style, like Indiana Jones style missions where you go through tombs and weird places and fight monsters and zombies. Not really fight, avoid more like, but you can fight them and kill them. And then the second game mostly is just people and buildings, which makes it slightly more boring for me, personally. Okay, I don't know if you can do anything to these guys. I guess there's stuff inside. I guess I just jump in them. But not land on the teeth. Okay. Yeah, to me, old graphics, part is nostalgia, part is just, you know, I've been saying it a lot, but when you have old graphics that you activate your brain to think of, you know, to picture how things really are supposed to look that are depicted. And the new graphics, you turn off that imagination part and you try to just take it literally, everything you see, and that just kind of... It's never gonna compare to what you can imagine, in my opinion. Okay, I fucked that up royally. Hopefully the shark isn't gonna kill me. I hope I can escape the shark. But, oh, there's a health extension there. Well, it's worth it. Shark needs to fuck right off. But yeah, also steampunk is not that much of a... I guess in the second game it's a bit more, but it's not really like... really cartoony, fancy ass steampunk. It's just kind of medieval, but with some electricity, some steam technology here and there. It's mostly kind of fantasy medieval, but you know, maybe a little bit Victorian era. From like the insides of the fancy buildings, they're a bit more later styled, if that makes any sense. But yeah, also to address something that was said in the chat earlier, but I kind of forgot to say. I don't really care for this level a lot, to be fair. Honestly, in this game, I like Clanker's Cavern, the swamp, whatever its name was, I forgot it by now. I like the Rusty Bucket Bay. Okay, I think there was only eggs in that guy. And I really don't like all the generic levels in this game. Pretty much the winter level, the sand level, the scary level, this is less generic, but I also don't really care for it that much. Most of my favorite levels are in 2E, I'll be honest. Okay, I need to learn flight somewhere. I don't remember what to do to that guy. Let's go figure out what to do. Maybe just kill him. And it's Nipper's Beach. You find nothing without Nipper's help. Maybe I should focus on exploration a bit more then. Cheeky bird, need feather clipping. Oh yeah, just right, shellhead. I'm guessing I can probably just shoot at him. Let's see. Feeble eggs, no match for Nipper's shell armor. Oh, I guess I shot his shell there. Or maybe his pincers. Maybe not. Maybe I just go in and attack after that. Yep, there we go. This is pretty gruesome, but not quite the blooper in Super Mario Sunshine level. Well, I actually died. I didn't notice that my health was that low. Wonderful. Well, let's find out what that means for me then. Do I lose shit? Yes, I do. Wow. And he immediately exits the level. That was fucked up. Too bad there's no rewind. Well, let's approach this level now with actually paying attention. I kinda hate how I just jumped by accident and it took me out of the level, but I guess I still got all my shit reset. So, what are the totals now? The jig is still stay collected, so that's nice. And I'm assuming the Mambo tokens stay collected. Right, well... Also the health refill I think should stay collected. And my skills that I learned. Let's go fight that asshole again. Oh, but I need to do the buckets. Dang. That was unfortunate. I was not really paying attention to my health whatsoever. I don't know why. Let's go kill him first. I'm angry at him now. A little bit at myself as well, but not that much. Let's be fair, nothing is my fault. Okay, yeah, we've been through this. Die crab. Do these disappear? I'm gonna leave them for now, I don't need them. Okay, so he does that quicker and quicker each time, so I need to time this well. There we go. Yeah, I was just one hit away. So this is one of those situations where you go inside something, as I said, something big. You go inside this guy's shell now, and it's like a separate area, which I always liked. Now this looks not as cool as shells you go in Alice Madness Returns in the beginning there somewhere. Yeah. Note, please. I guess technically I don't need all the notes, but the system is kind of fucked where, you know, the whole high score thing. Because to get more notes, I need to raise my high score, and to do that I need to recollect the old notes that I already have. Okay, in the middle of the light. Also, I've still yet to play Dishonored 2. I heard it's worse than the first one. But I think I own it. I also have still to play the first one's DLCs. I think I beat like one level in the first DLC, and that was it. Oh well, I'll get around to it someday. Probably around the same time I get around to the last Prey game and Soma and whatever else. Alien Isolation. Okay, this guy just had eggs, right? I wonder if the ports on the Xbox in these games make all the objects visible at every distance, because that would be super handy for this kind of game. But yeah, the reason I wanted to play Banjo games, and well, I guess replay, I have played them before as I've said, reason is because clearly of the Smash announcement, and it kinda reminded me that I like these games a lot when I played them. Oh, that actually hit him. That seems like a kind of cheap way to do it, but I'll not argue. Okay, fuck the bomb, let's go back there. Did I enter that house? I guess I didn't, I just saw this cutscene from inside it. So I don't know what to input. There are cheats that I don't remember. You can input in that place. And I guess there must be something. Maybe just put open or something and it opens the jiggy. I'm gonna go try. Also, for some reason I'm just smelling cookies right now, and not just cookies, but some specific type of cookies that have this taste that, you know, taste like slightly burnt, but they're not actually burnt, it's just like a specific taste. And for some reason it's making me super nostalgic. I don't know why I'm smelling cookies right now. Maybe it's because this game is nostalgic to me a little bit. Okay, how do... Just... I wish Banjo could ledge grab. I don't remember if he ever gets ledge grab. I think there is a ledge grab, at least in the second game. I remember shimmying across some ledges here and there. Okay, apparently I cannot do the double jump after the high jump, which I guess makes sense. Okay, these notes are done. Let's go input open, see if that works. Also, after Banjos, I kinda have been feeling like maybe I should go through Paper Mario games. Hippocate, if I remember correctly, you played the first one, right?
Well, I played it, but I don't think I ever finished it.
Oh, okay, cool. That means I'll go through all three eventually. I'll probably space them out. If I remember Metroid and Zelda, it's kinda... there's fatigue. Oh, you input Banjo-Kazooie, not open. There's kind of a fatigue if you play a lot of games from the same series. So I might even intersperse it like... Oh shit, there's a timer. After I beat Banjo-Kazooie, before we get to the Banjo 2, which is my favorite of them too, I might go the first Paper Mario or something. And you know, Thousand Year Door, I've never actually played it myself. I've seen it beaten, but not in detail. And Super Paper Mario, same. I've seen it beaten in more detail than Thousand Year Door, but never played it myself. I tried to see if it was emulated well. Where's the K? Damn it. There's a K. And I really want to play through them. And, you know, those could be at least more interesting than Banjo or Hippocate, so that's a plus. Especially Super Paper Mario, because that's a great... there's actually a great story in there. And I guess in Thousand Year Door, it's also there's like fascinating elements. I need another O. Another O, please. There's another O here. Now I and E, okay. I cut you down. Why does everyone insist on ramming in this game? It's kind of amusing. I haven't been reading Granty's dialogue, of course, but she is always ramming, and I guess some enemies are as well. But in the second game, someone immediately tells Granty, like, your ramming is annoying as hell, stop doing it. And she just starts talking like the desert people from Witcher 3, whatchamacallit, the Arab looking people. I don't remember, Zerikania, I guess? No, Zerikania is Africa, they are from the other place. Kafir, there we go. where they put verbs like in the end of the sentence or something like that. Oh, spraying and praying doesn't work. No, that's not gonna work well, trying to hit it like that. Okay, that was not really worth it, but it's good to get rid of that shit. Right, let's see if the pillars have something since I died. I don't remember if they had notes on them. Yep, they do, okay. Well, fuck that up. Slightly more decent cameras, I prefer it. Yeah, the smells are a big thing. Like, for me, I often just randomly get... I don't know if I just smell something or I just remember a smell based on something similar. But a lot of my childhood memories are triggered with this smell that I didn't realize I remembered. And it's kind of a big thing. I wish you could portray smells in video games like you can graphics and audio. Because it would improve immersion so much. Like, you know, when I open my window here in the evening, you know, smells are always stronger. Just some like ambient background smell of like the city. It's like cars and whatnot. I don't actually know, cement, something. But in the evening there's a specific smell. And when I play GTA 5, I opened my window, and holy shit, like the immersion skyrocketed. Especially again in the evening in GTA 5 at night. I was there. I felt like I was exactly there and walking around in Los Santos on my own. So it's a giant part. And a lot of like nature smells, like, you know, trees and leaves and grass and whatnot. It will do so much for any sort of fantasy game. It's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, that move is good against them, cool. But I don't think you can generate smells without having materials that will run out. Smell for Ocarina of Time, that's... Yeah, that, I guess you kind of have to, like, be yourself to understand that, because no one else can. I have several actually like that. I have, for some reason, right now I have this bunch of mint. Yeah, still works. There's a bunch of mint that my father brought from the dacha recently. That is just drying. And also I used to think it was the smell not of mint but of like, what's the word for acina in English, I wonder? It's not aspen, because that's like a different kind of tree. But this birch-like tree, but instead of a white trunk, it's like a light gray trunk. And it has leaves that just shake a lot in the wind. And the branch of that with a lot of leaves, when it dries, it has a smell that reminds me of very early when I had Heroes of Might and Magic 3. And when I realized it had a map editor. And I was not really picky about fantasy at that time. And I was so unbelievably excited about just making a field and like a road and putting down forests and putting down some sort of artifact or resource and putting down skeletons or demons to guard it. And I was like, that is the greatest thing ever. And putting down roads and rivers and other like objects in there. It was just one of the best things ever at that moment. And for some reason, when I smell this drying mint that's hanging by me here, I can just remember that excitement exactly. And I was pretty close with my mother when I was a kid playing video games. She was into video games, kind of like, you know, not playing but watching me play. She liked them. And honestly, like a lot of Donkey Kong Country and Flashback and some other games, that's just like perfume smells. And it's really weird when I sometimes, you know, walk past someone who has a perfume that smells like that, and suddenly I'm like, holy shit, Donkey Kong Country 1. That's like bordering on being slightly weird and creepy, but it should be understandable, I hope. Okay, I think this is a place that I was at before, should have some notes or something. Or maybe not. I don't remember what I did here. Maybe there was a health extension or something here. Or just a jiggy. Pine? No, not pine. I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna take a second to Google a picture. Or just Google, you know, it'll be more reasonable to just Google it and translate. So, Wikipedia English, it is called Populus tremula. And aspen, I guess it is called common aspen, Eurasian aspen, aspen, European aspen, quaking aspen. Weird, I thought aspen was a really birch-like tree with like different shapes of everything. I'm gonna link the Russian Wikipedia page because I can be certain that is at least what I'm thinking about, and the link should work because I'm a big deal in my own stream. Oh. I'm kind of thinking of some other game here where doing your stick up would enter first-person camera mode and doing the stick down would exit it, and I keep trying to do that, but both enter and exit first-person is stick up in this, and it's kind of unintuitive to me right now. Okay, so I really need the flight ability. I don't think there's anything else in this level. Maybe there's invincibility as well. Now, invincibility should be in Clanker's Cavern. But I need to find the flight molehill somewhere. Okay, I don't know if I can kill that dude with eggs, because I don't have the ability to aim eggs. Alright, I remember fucking up here. Let's go collect this Jinjo. In the meantime, also there's that treasure X mark there. Yeah, I'm really bad with going slowly with sticks. Okay, I can kill this guy. I don't know how he's managing to swim towards me in this shallow water, but sure. Also, one thing I will say, I'm thinking of right now, that I actually prefer Banjo-Kazooie. Well, there's several things that I prefer Banjo-Kazooie over Banjo-Tooie in. As I said before, Tooie is by far my favorite of the two, but I kind of like... I miss the hub world theme. I really like the hub world theme and the hub world itself from Tooie, but I kind of miss Grunty's lair. And also, the icon of Banjo and Kazooie in the HUD is much better in Kazooie. It's larger and it's like, it looks less dumb. For some reason in Banjo-Tooie it looks kind of just derpy. Ah, fuck. So can I actually walk slow at all? I need to barely tilt my thing. It's kind of uncontrollable for me. I am unable to barely tilt my thing. But yeah, okay, so... I think that concludes the smell talk. I can't remember any others. Well, you know, there's a lot of just good smells. I guess I'm lucky because a lot of my video games memories, nostalgia, is associated with just my love of nature. And thusly associated with all sorts of nature smells that are easy to find. Like Donkey Kong Country series, especially 3, is my jam in terms of just natural environments. That's why I like 2, probably the least. Level themes in 2. I like the music a lot and the pirate theme, but my god, the level themes in 2 are just the worst. I also did the visually kind of like the ugliest for me. But that and Might Magic games and Yoshi's Island to an extent, I guess, kind of, maybe. This palm tree is the death of me. Let's swim into his ship first, and then we'll talk to him. But yeah, so drying aspen branch or mint, like just the most regular garden mint, equals Here's Might Magic. And I wonder how much money, like, you know, all the VR stuff, everyone probably laugh if you go like, I have this new technology for smells. But imagine how big a deal it could be if someone could figure out a way to generate smells without needing to like buy supplies. And it not being some sort of... I remember, I think I read... Hey, talking gold as well. I remember I read there was some smell generating thing in Japan, because of course it's in Japan. But I think it was just like... It had compartments for different kinds of feelings, and it would just open them in proportion or something. And it was a very limited range of smells. But... Imagine if we could generate somehow synthetically... Just... Even on a level of flexibility as like a Genesis sound chip, but for smells. That would be fucking amazing. Okay, I'm gonna steal the rest of his shit. Here, I don't know why I didn't go into the other part, because I'm guessing there should be the... Oh, hey, there's the flight. More gold should be on the other side, I'm guessing. Or maybe I can get inside. Oh, maybe the ground pound. Do I? Ah, yeah, I do have the ground pound already, yeah. Maybe that's the way to get into the other part of the ship. Anyway, let's on flight. Big chance, chicken legs, it's time for you to fly. At last, it better be easy, boy guys. Simple enough even for you, bird brain. I don't know why there's a giant rivalry. I guess because he called her weird and she just kinda hates him now. Okay. Didn't need any of that tutorial. But first let me get... Oh, yeah, okay, this side of the ship is just buried. You cannot swim into any windows or anything. There's gold, there's Mambo token. Is there only 2 gold? Maybe there's only 2 gold that he needs. Okay. I wish turning was faster underwater, but it's... I am much better with water levels than most people are. I don't ever complain about them most of the time. There are some games where swimming controls are just garbage, like Witcher 3, but I like underwater environments. I tolerate swimming controls in most games. I like them in Mario games, I like them in Donkey Kong Countries. Fucking swimming water levels in Donkey Kong Country 3 have the best music in the game. Alright, do you need 2 gold, man? Eat this. Eat this. Okay, he just needed 2 gold. Me treasure! This guy has the most annoying talking sound. I'm glad I forgot to talk to him before I completed his quest, because he just burps. Like, and I hate it so much. Okay, let's go fly. I guess I need flying to get that skull under the mast thing. Oh, and the ginger on that thing. So flying in this game is much simpler than in Super Mario 64. You just have a button to ascend. I don't think you have to do less tricky, like in Super Mario 64, there's like a kind of physics-based almost momentum, because you need to like go down to be able to go up more or stuff like that. Also, there's a 3D platformer called Tonic Trouble, where I think that has the most complicated flight, but it's also really satisfying, so I shouldn't be complaining about complicated flight mechanics. Okay, I'm actually kind of bad at this. There we go. And yeah, it costs 1 red feather to ascend. I don't know if there's much point for them to do that, because there's so many red feathers. Oh, I could just climb it. Well, shit. There are so many of them, and there's easily enough red feathers everywhere that it's never a concern that you will like fly out of bounds or anything like that, because with the amount of feathers you normally get, you could fly everywhere out of bounds if you wanted to, if it was possible. So I don't know why they just didn't make it infinite, but I guess one more thing to control, I mean to collect. Or I guess to control as well, if you speak of like the designers controlling this aspect of the game. No, there was some feathers somewhere in the palm trees or something nearby. I don't know if I strictly need them all. Also, there was a flight pad around here somewhere. But let me just go... Yeah, there's a flight pad there. Oh boy, this bridge is gonna be... No, okay, I crossed it. Fine. I need to get that cross on one of these spaces. There it is, okay. Another flight pad there. Palm tree with more feathers. Honestly, I don't need to be flying there, but, you know, it's pleasant to fly. I wish I had 3D platformers when I was actually a kid. Because I remember seeing Mario 64 footage on TV, and like my mind was blown so hard. I don't think it was ever blown as much. I think I was seeing footage of the second level, the fortress, with the part with the walls that are pushing you off the ledge in the beginning. And the very concept of a 3D game, I guess there was like some TV shows where they had like an arcade game that was controlled by people calling in and pressing buttons on their phone. And it wasn't real 3D, but it had like, you know, drone animated movement through a level, which made it look like you were navigating a 3D environment. But it really was just like, it was like a runner game basically. And also the movie 101 Dalmatian, the dude works on a game. It also looked 3D in there. And it was like early, before I knew what 3D games felt like. It was super mind-blowing to me. But my first 3D games were shooters, and they, you know, arguably there's a different way of feeling the environment in a shooter, which I generally prefer FPS games, first-person games. But, you know, Doom never felt as, you know, technically Doom was kind of 3D-ish in the end, because there's up and down as much as left and right and forward and backward. So, like, the environment is 3D, but technology is not that 3D. But, you know, it didn't blow my mind as much playing through Doom on the SNES, for example, as was seeing in Super Mario 64 footage. So I wonder how I would have felt about these Banjo games and Super Mario 64 and all those other games if I actually played them as a kid. Okay, there's the treasure. I guess I don't really need to fly there, but I want to fly. I want to fly! Where's the next pad? Well, fell down there like an idiot. Luckily, super jumps don't take any feathers. Flight pad on that, okay. I guess there are flight pads on every one of these islands. Well, Luis, I think I remember my mind being blown. GTA 3 open world style game there. After that, I guess Unreal 2, Unreal Tournament 2000 something blew my mind on how good the graphics were. Oh shit, the chest is actually aggressive. Yeah, I need some health. Stat. Oh man, that health is now dangerous to get. Can I just shoot this asshole? Maybe I should dive him. Yeah, okay. Also, he was kinda glitched, but whatever. I guess Morrowind kinda, like, after GTA 3, I don't think Morrowind blew my mind as much. I could play GTA 3 on a PC that couldn't run Morrowind properly. It kept crashing after I, like, went through the first room where you pick your class and whatnot. But GTA 3 ran really slowly, and it was like real weird slow-mo. It was kind of interesting. Okay, I guess I've been in these. I wish I could look into them. I can kind of look into them. Okay, that's empty. But yeah, I think... Well, I mean, the first games I had, I don't remember how much they blew my mind, but I remember being super excited for any game that was ever demonstrated in like a store in attract mode, you know, the demo when it's running by itself. I remember seeing a Sonic game, Sonic 2 multiplayer demo, I think, and some other thing. And also I had the Sonic, like this album for stickers, sticker album, based on Sonic, and it had like large map, how do you call it, like actually I don't remember what the word is for, what's the word for like the 2-page spread thing. I think there's a word. Basically, like in the background under all the sticker things, there were like level maps, kind of, just, you know, bunch of screenshots from the levels edited together to, you know, seamlessly to form a kind of a map almost of the entire place. And I was really eager to play a Sonic game because the levels are giant and amazing looking. But actually, like, mind-blowing in terms of games after the initial, like, 2D platformers and whatnot. I would say just the Super Mario 64 footage. I don't remember if Turok 2 blew my mind in any way. I know I loved it, but I don't remember if it blew my mind. It was Super Mario 64 footage before I knew any 3D. It was GTA 3 and similar games for the giant worlds. Okay, what was in the other place though? I need to visit the other place. Uh-oh. No, I don't want to swim, I wanted to surface as soon as possible. The shark actually doesn't know how to handle this crate, what an idiot. Wow, camera is kinda shit sometimes here. Oh well. I guess I wasn't mind blown, but I was really into when I think I told about this before, when I was on a vacation once on the Black Sea in Sochi or somewhere around there. They used to put PlayStation 1s with TVs and like charge money to have like half an hour of playtime or something like that. And I remember I was super into Crash Bandicoot games on there. But I don't know if my mind was blown by them specifically. But I guess the last big jump. And Skyrim was impressive back when it was new. I was impressed by just the graphical fidelity and still the large world. But since like Unreal 2, that engine and games of that era, I don't remember if I was ever really that mind-blown about graphics or any kind of part of a game. That was kind of the last big step. After that, it was kind of a gradual improvement in my eyes. Okay, I kind of need this health. Embarrassingly enough. Anything under this? The last guy had a... Okay, skull, good. I still haven't seen, somehow I haven't seen Ikamba. Actually, he isn't in every level, is he? He might not be in this level at all. For all I know. Is there a counter for how many skulls in the level? Not really. One extension to Jig is 9 notes. We're getting close. Maybe I can fart on this guy. Oh, he got pushed away a little bit. Well, that sucks. Right, let me investigate the other pools here. Did I come from up here? I should have been paying more attention where I was going and where I was going from. Oh well. I think I fell from somewhere. Okay, there was a jig in that guy. Also, what about the Jinjos? Two Jinjos missing, okay. Maybe I just need to fly around this level. Honestly, flying doesn't take that much resources, let's just go. Also, do you get extensions for feather? Because I'm pretty sure you can get extended to like 100 feather capacity. I don't remember who could even give them to you. Okay, obviously there's gonna be shit on... Ah, yeah, there's the lighthouse on the very top of everything. Oh, and I could probably get in there from that place where I didn't land below. Let's see. Where does this staircase go? Wow, one note, great. Yeah, but this is the other place where I didn't land, yeah, opposite that other thing. The chest with the jiggy. Cool. It's kind of sad that I don't see myself being impressed by a game anymore on that level, or being really that interested in a game. I think actually, it's not that fair to say, because I think actually the feeling was slightly replicated in Doom 4. Because I was so used to Doom 3 and that level of detail and everything, just for that style of environment, I guess. But in Doom 4, it kind of blew my mind a little bit, just a tiny bit, where I saw how big the levels were and how fast you could move, and the level of detail was Doom 3 level, or, well, I mean more, but not less. So it was level of detail of an environment that looked like it was meant to be like thoroughly explored, but it was actually a fast-paced game where you were not meant to be paying that much attention to the environment. So that kind of impressed me. Wow, that does work really well. Let's just fuck off. There we go. Luckily the drops don't really vanish in this game. Music the same for each level. What do you mean possibly? Music is different for levels in this game. It changes in between the locations, the part of it, but it's definitely different for every level. Okay, let's climb the shit now. Is there anything else in the trees that is worth my attention? Or do you mean some other game that we were talking about? We were talking about a lot of games. I guess to be fair, I cannot remember either this music track. Well, I mean, I can now, it's been playing for a long time. but I can't remember the Mamba Mountain music track. But some of these music tracks are really different and memorable and catchy. Honestly, even this one is catchy, but you know, it's not that cool overall. I guess I could climb using that. Okay, there's the Granty switch. I think in this game my favorite music must be... I don't actually remember. Probably just generic, the Granty layer. But I also really like the Rusty Bucket Bay music. And I remember... I guess I don't remember the Swamp. But I think I like the Swamp music as well. And Clanker's Cavern could be cool. Yes, okay, full notes. Great. Last Jinjo? Or just a Jiggy. Okay, where's the last Jinjo then? 3. I'm gonna guess that the last... Yeah, I have 9. I need to find 1 health extension and another Jinjo, and that'll be it for this level. Done and dusted, as that one guy who let's play these games for Something Awful said. I have no idea where either could be, but I guess that's what flying is for. Let's go find the closest flight pad and just kind of soar around. I hope they are not in chests, because looking down into the chest is kind of tedious. I wonder if you can die from too much falling in this game, I don't know, or if you lose just 1 health or something. I guess we might learn. Okay. The last flyover. Honestly, those things I could leave, because they don't get reset. Actually no, the Jinjos get reset. So yeah, I need to find that fucking Jinjo somewhere. I've been to here. They do make sound though, so if I'm close enough, it should be easier. See here the music shifts because I was around the ship. The music is a bit more piratey. The camera is not the best in this mode, but what can you do? What I can do is not land. Okay, let's see if there is anything I might be missing inside here. Because you know, of the draw distance of the items, you could be missing something straight in your line of sight that is just not rendering. But again, the sounds the Jinjo make might help. Maybe there's something hidden in, like, under there. Is that? No, there's not a passage in there. I'm just listening more for the Jinjos that I'm looking for them at this point. And the last health extension. It could be just underwater somewhere, honestly. Around the border of a level. Well, there goes my flight. A bit too close to the palm tree. Did I ever get on that? I guess I must have gotten on top of that pillar. Considering I've already died, health extensions do sound like useful things. Sometimes in games I just, you know, some of the collectibles, permanent upgrades, I don't really care about because some of them are not that necessary. But these health upgrades sound like they could be super handy for someone who is as bad with sticks as I am. Yeah, I should be flying around outside and not just trying to swim because there's the shark. But... oh, there's a... I guess I never picked him up after dying. Man, dying is much harsher in this game than I thought it was. If you lose literally all the progress. Okay, at least this time I'm not gonna lose anything anymore because the health things, they don't reset. Let me find the flight pad. I'm gonna fly around the level and that'll be it for my looking for the health. I'm probably not gonna find all of them throughout the game, so you know, it's fine to miss a couple. What is it, like 6 in total? It's fine to miss 6 in total, I guess. I wish there was a more handsy control way to just look around. Oh, maybe there's something by the... that's a life. I'm not gonna go for the life. Okay, there's an invisible wall as well. There might be some crates out here in the water, maybe one of them has that. thing.
Man, I just spent like a couple of hours trying to figure the fuck out why the cars were despawning. And turns out, if you like
Oh shit.
store
Oh,
a
shit.
car into a variable and then you like overwrite that variable, the fucking car despawns
Well, I mean, that
even
makes
if
sense.
you like spawned it with script.
You have to admit it makes sense if you overwrite information about the car that it will despawn. I don't know. Unless...
No, I mean, you know, like, it's like you write A equals 1, then you write B equals A, and then you write B equals C, and that somehow makes A disappear completely.
Huh.
That's fucking dumb.
It's that thing that I'm not convinced I have it grasped 100%, but enough to operate with it, where variables, at least like it applied to Unity, for example, a variable can store like a reference to a thing, a parameter or an object or something, and when you use that variable, you access the parameters of that object and change them. Or it could be like the entire object in the variable, and then it changes nothing that already exists, but it, you know, it costs a lot more or something like that. I don't remember exactly. I think in Unity the biggest case is that, like, okay, when you refer to like a game object or in a script or something, it's always a reference, and when there's like numbers or text, it's always just plain info. But I remember like reading about that because there was a situation where it was different, and I don't remember exactly. Maybe there was like a material or a texture. Might have been a texture, honestly, a texture variable. Also, thank you, Luis, for pointing out that I managed to not notice that I never picked up that Jiggy. Do you know where the last honeycomb extension is? Because I'm kinda lost. It might be that I died after picking up the one that was in the water somewhere, but I have no idea where it was in the water either. And they don't make sounds. Maybe I can survive the shark if I just keep swimming out. Oh, well, it was worth asking, Luis. Man, those textures are kind of crazily stretched. Okay, the shark is actually super dangerous. It takes away too much health. Though, again, at this point I'm not afraid of death. Oh no. Okay, it doesn't take away that much health. I don't know why I thought it took away 2 honeycombs. Was there by chance a honey? No, there must have been a Jiggy in the shell. What if there's something up on the shell? Unlikely, but... Oh, is there a... Yeah, there's a Mambo token here. Cool. I can't see what's in this chest, but I don't think it's anything good. Or anything at all. Whatever. Well, I think it's enough time in the beach level. I'm just missing 1 health extension. I don't really care that much about it. As I said, I'm not gonna 100% this game. Okay, hopefully I don't die from falling here. Not gonna 100% this game. And if I'm struggling too much with dying somewhere, I will just, I don't know, get good or something. I also don't remember what the Grant a switch did that I pressed in there. Might have done something. Did it extend this cannon, perchance? Yeah, I guess it did. Get Jiggy. Okay, now let's go find... Oh, health. Good. I'm gonna go fight Bubble Gloop Swamp. Because I already have it open. I don't really have enough Jiggies for anything else. Actually, no, I should have enough. I think the 3 was just in this level, right? But overall I have 13. I could open another level somewhere. Yeah, the trophy I missed intentionally because I thought I needed to land to get it and I didn't want to swim back with the shark. And it's just a life. Who needs lives? Okay, I already forgot what was down here, and I know there's some, like, somewhere in here there's gonna be a jump pad. I think there was a jump pad in the, like, beginning room with the portrait on the floor. But what was in here, for example? Ah, that's the forest. Okay, I need to remember this. This is the forest, where I need to unlock the forest. I think when I first beat this game, I actually never went into the forest level. I beat it without it. The TikTok clock. No, TikTok clock is the Mario level. This is TikTok woods. Same thing, really. Yeah. Misjudged the distance there severely. Okay, in the pipe was the place with the locked possible pipe. Up the pipe was the place where I just unlocked the level, I think, and there was nothing else there. I'm gonna go quickly back to see if there was in fact a jump pad. Because I'm fairly sure there was. Yep. Maybe this goes to Bubble Gloop. Actually, by the texture, it could be a Clunker's Cavern area. Either unlocking it... Yeah, it just unlocks it. Okay, cool. I want to get to Clunker's Cavern because that's... Oh yeah, here. I'm actually gonna go there first, I think. I don't remember... It showed me the Bubble Gloop's swamp entrance, but I don't remember where it was. Can you see? I guess you can probably see, right? Can you see the entrance? No, you can't see the entrance again after you've opened the level. Well, that's bad for me. Nice to chase you there, hounding. Then you'll get a grunty pounding. Yes, sure. I'm pretty sure I know where that entrance to Clunker's Cavern is, so that's gonna be at least something. I think the entrance is down in this pipe, but I'm gonna go up here. See what's in there real quick. Before I enter any other level. Giant statue. Reminds me of the Spirit Temple from Ocarina, of course. Shitty fish. Entry need to be down in there right now. Feathers, not something I really care about at the moment. Okay, 260, so I need another level at least. Yeah, there's some way you can... Maybe you drop on top of the hat. Or maybe you fly. There's Brintilda there. But I remember there being something to do in this room above, in the upper areas. Okay, Lady's sister often sleeps on a pile of treasure. How is that bad? I would sleep on a pile of treasure. If it was, you know, not fragile treasure. Number 1 was the sweatiest socks competition at which school? At which school? Which school again? She often boasts of appearing on the cover of Fat Hag Monthly, shitting on her broomstick. No, sitting on her broomstick. Well, I mean, if there's an audience for a Fat Hag Monthly, I'm sure Grunty is a good candidate. Okay, this must be the swamp entrance actually. Maybe I'm going to the swamp first. This sounds like the... and looks like the swamp area. I actually just kind of want to go to the Clunker's Cavern anyway. Because it is a more interesting level to see. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this area for now. I'm gonna be back here for Bubble Gloop later. I don't feel like facing Mr. Vile today. Though we might have time for both, I don't know. The levels were short here, so I'm not gonna expect full 2 levels after this. Maybe I'll do Clunker's Cavern and that'll be it. Okay, but the top part here, I don't think above the pipe did I left anything there. I think I did everything. I was just opening a level. Ah. Wait, what? Maybe that's... What if I can just big blast this? No, I cannot. Oh. I guess up there is the entrance to Clunkers. Maybe this opens later. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just for a shortcut. Okay, never mind. I guess I missed some locked pipe up there. Because I'm fairly sure that is going to be up here. At least I hope, because I want to go to Clunker's Cavern first. Yeah, there we go, there's Clunker's Cavern. And there's a skull there. How do I get that? Is there a flight in this? Somewhere? There might have been flight on that pipe. Let me go back there. Actually, anything underwater? I don't remember if that bomb, if I went down there in that pipe. I must have. Okay, real quick. Up in here. Oh. Up in here, I said. There's Bryntilda again. Oh, I'm feeling a sneeze coming on again, but I'm gonna resist this time. I wonder if I fell down here or something. No, I must have pressed this. And it might have opened that thing below. Well, where is flight though? There's feathers in there, but... I cannot fly underwater, I'm pretty sure, so... Where is there a flight pad around here that I can use to reach that skull? Well, I'm gonna worry about that later. Let's go into Clunker's Cavern. The music style is very similar everywhere, but the music is different. Okay, I think this is one of my favorite tracks in this game. Only one move in here, it sounds like. So it starts as this like industrial sewer cave level area, which already is kind of more my jam than the generic mountain and beach island. But I'm gonna actually mention when I'm going to go into the main cavern, because I won't even get to see it, because it's a cool place, one of the coolest places in this game. So I'm gonna bring that up when I'm approaching. First I'm gonna have to navigate this beginning area.
When you do that, you fix the Discord video, because it's like showing me some 2 frames from like an hour ago.
Interesting. Well, now that you mention it, so I don't forget, I'm gonna... Wow, yeah, that's kind of trippy, wow. I'm gonna just do it right now. Give me a sec. Stop sharing the screen. Stream Project 64. And it goes back to that. Okay, I guess I need to stream the screen then. Give me a sec. Or maybe if I stream a window, application window, how is that gonna work? Any different? No. Okay. Sorry chat, just figuring this out for the future, because I know Hippocat really wants to watch this game a lot. Let's just stream the screen. Okay, at least that works. Alright, back with OBS and everything here. Mouse is gonna... Okay, so I'm gonna say when the cool thing is coming up. Meanwhile, I'm in this sewer pipe area. Not really a pipe, but... Can I kill these assholes? I don't remember. I guess I might be... Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. They're kinda scary. I guess the jump attack's probably the best. Because, you know, they're above and it moves forward when you use it. Oh yeah, the invulnerability is gonna be in this level, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember what else is even in this game. There are the boots everywhere. The dirty, like, anti-acid boots are probably gonna be in Bubble Gloop. I don't remember the other boot. There are some other boot type, but I don't remember what they do. Maybe run up walls or some shit? Or just high jumps or something? I don't know where that is gonna be. Oh shit. No! Wow, rude. But I don't remember there being a lot more moves in this game. They really went all out into it though. Okay, they stayed dead, that's good. So some later levels might not have any new moves, as far as I understand. Yep. Camera really needs to stop zooming in. Okay, you still here? Or did I kill this guy? I must have killed this guy. Okay, yeah. Get effed. Also, that sound he makes when dies, I think I recognize that sound from Donkey Kong Countries. At the very least from 3. I think some boss maybe... Oh shit. Some boss might have made that sound in 3, I think. Or maybe enemies. It might have been some big enemy. Maybe either the bodybuilder or those weird jumpy brothers that only appear in the hidden world. Okay, what's in this direction actually? Yeah, that will... Oh, sounds like a Kremling sound. Man, I'm gonna be terrible with just like, you know, slanted pipes and whatnot. Okay, and I think this loops around. Yeah, okay, cool. So now we dive down. Well, shortly. Okay, I'm not sure how far down it is, but it's gonna be here, Hippocat, so... avert your attention from GTA scripting. So this is Clanker's Cavern level, and right now I'm gonna dive down here into that pipe, and that's gonna be the cool part. So far you can just kind of see what kind of place it is. It's like sewer, but with slightly metal industrial areas. So as I swim through this pipe, this is the effective angle here on the area. Not really the area, but the thing in the middle of the area. You see the giant, whatever it is. Bzz. I'm Clunker, which is garbage grinder. Clunker not like dirty water, want fresh air. Well, too bad. So this level is set in this giant underwater cavern, this giant cyborg shark. That's pretty cool in my opinion.
Okay.
And you go inside.
This is what you wanted me to see.
Yeah, also there's like meat parts for some reason. Let me see. Swim up there. There is exposed meat parts on him, like over there, which is kind of... I don't know why they didn't raise any problems with the ratings and whatnot. Because, you know, red kind of means blood and whatnot. And you go inside him. I guess I'll tell you when I go inside him, because inside him is like proper full, all pink organs and whatnot. I don't remember if there's much robotic parts. But it's kind of like, what the fuck? Who thought, like, in the middle of all these generic levels, we have this giant cavern with a cyborg shark robot bioconstruct for some reason, I don't know, and it is used for garbage disposal. Like, what? It's like the one level in this game that's completely out, like a different level of level from all the other levels in terms of concept. You can kind of understand why, like when this exists, why I am iffy about Egypt, Christmas, or Haunted Mansion, stuff like that. Like, why not make every level as cool as this one? I don't know. At least the swamp is kind of less of a trope. And the swamp is cool enough in this game. Well, yeah. So, okay, Hippocat, you're free to go back to scripting. I showed you the Cyber Shark. There should have been a boss in, like, Daikatana episode 1. With all the cyber frogs and cyber... whatever else was in there. Also, I really like this tune. Ugh, fucking... Stop swinging your tail, I need to platform. So this is cool. I've not seen much in games. I guess maybe I have not been playing a lot of like games where this could be a thing. But just like not just a moving platform, but it's actually like an animated part of a character. A shifting, flexing part that actually kind of still has accurate collisions, and you can treat it as a completely legitimate moving platform in every way. Interestingly enough, and unexpectedly enough, in Breath of the Wild, in Zelda Breath of the Wild, it has probably some of the most impressive, like, technically, just like character collisions with the world. Because in the dungeons, in the, like, divine beasts, a lot of things just move, like the gravity shifts, or the whole thing rotates, like, on its side. And Link never glitches in any way in like walls and maybe I just haven't seen it, but in my experience he just behaves and collides perfectly and runs and climbs and whatnot. And it's just kind of mind-blowing how he can climb any crazy geometry that they have in some of the smaller geometry in that game, in some of the objects. Like, you know that canyon, I mean, I don't know if anyone's played in the chat, is played Breath of the Wild, but there's this canyon around the Rito area with those like windmill things. And I quite recently found that you can actually easily climb them, even though they are made out of like kind of thin planks of wood. But those planks are enough in the places where they're like tied together and one plank by the other. And no, the one, I don't know how to explain it, they're not perfectly like parallel, and one of those planks is enough to stand on in the place where they are tied together, if that makes any sense. Because, you know, if that's vertical planks, you can imagine if they're tied like side by side, the end of one of them is gonna be kind of a platform. And that's pretty small, but it was enough to climb that whole place. And it was really a fun thing to climb one of those windmills. And it's probably one of the more technically impressive things about 3D platformers to me, when, you know, proper collisions with moving things and like shifting geometry is handled well. Because I can, like, personally I have experience with Serious Sam, and in that, you know, you get stuck in everything, you get glitched in places. And in many games it's just like, okay, if you get squished by something, it's something that just goes through you instead of squishing, or just kills you. Oh no, that's a dude. But in some of these old games, like in Mario 64, he can detect when the ceiling is too low and he goes into this like slightly squished mode and whatnot. It's always impressive. Mostly, honestly, with my work on Horse game on Unity, I'm not programming it, or the collisions or anything, but based on what our actual leader and programmer is talking, it's kind of tough to do that stuff. Right, I do know that I need to raise Clanker up, but it's kind of deep down in there. I don't think you get oxygen extensions in this game, so this is as good a time as any to go in there. I'm pretty sure there's oxygen replenishment in some way or shape or form in there. Maybe bubbles as usual, but first I'm gonna explore the less deep underwater parts. He's chained up down below, so he's always underwater, but if you release that, he raises up and you can start interacting with him more. Okay, there's that bottom thing, the little pipe on the floor. I think this is a fine underwater control actually. If only I could control the camera better. But having this like stronger, faster move and the one for steering is pretty handy. The speed for steering and the speed for guessing distances. Okay, now that green entrance. Where the hell does this go? I don't even remember. Snippet. Ooh, cool. So this is like a radioactive thing or something. Oh shit, this guy can just reach me. Like this giant radioactive thing in the middle, machine, whatever. And it's mutated all these crabs horridly. But they're actually easier than the other ones, so you know. It's a realistic depiction of mutations in this game. Most of the time it's gonna make you worse. And not like superpowered or anything like that. It's kind of fascinating that you just tear them apart, they just jib open when you kill them. But apparently they're not dead because they still talk to you after you defeat them. So it's kind of like a... These games always had these like little... This would unsettle me if I was a kid parts, I would say. Also, there are like dick jokes. I know of that one everyone knows about on Pterodactyl Land in the second game at least. Okay, let's irradiate ourselves a little bit. Now I'm probably much stronger. Let's go back out. There should be some more pipes near the bottom, yeah. That one farther, and that one to the left. Okay, I have maximum feathers anyway, I didn't need them. Should probably go up for air. Also, did I... Wait. What's that pipe? Is that pipe open on the bottom? Or something? I don't remember such pipes existing in here, but... Yeah, it is, okay, never mind. This looks like a health extension, but I need to come up for air first. So the entrances, there's more than two there. I guess the green ones are where the ginger was, that's the big entrance. But I should go in the orange one, I don't think I've been there either. Alright, let's go get the health extension. It's pretty well hidden. I cannot really judge the distance here well. Okay, this is some great-ass camera. You know, at least in these games you nearly always had the cheat of, you know, going in first person and aiming yourself that way. A lot can be forgiven. Okay, set a course. And go. What were the first platform? I guess maybe Super Mario Bros. 1 already was the first game with the swimming level concept. Because it's kind of like, maybe it's just me, but it feels sometimes kind of odd that swimming is just such a big part of games where there's like a lot of games just have swimming parts because it feels like maybe they thought, you know, every game needs to have swimming controls and swimming physics, so might as well put some water in there. But, what's in here? I feel like there are more activities, just like navigational things and whatnot, that they could have put, that could have spread quite like this. Oh shit. I guess one thing is vehicles, but like... like wading through, I don't know, sand, or having to balance on ice or shit like that. I guess swimming works best for video games, but still there must be some other thing that just no one thought about to put, and now it's just out of vogue. No one would think about some like completely other movement style or mechanic or whatever. Because you know how, like, if you've lived in a place where it freezes over in the winter, you must know how challenging it could be if you're walking on some surfaces where they're really slippery and also, God forbid, tilted a little bit. How challenging it is to just, you know, step in the right spots to not slip horribly. Or just, you know, when it's rainy, it's been rainy or dirty, you step not to... You know, try to not step in the water and dirt. Of course, it's not gonna be in games, but it's kind of in the same category as swimming to me, as like a thing that just didn't catch on as just a mode of... It's kind of a different mode almost, swimming, and just because there's not a lot of similar... What's the word? Not a lot... I don't remember the word, but in common, I guess, between normal platformer controls of like jumping and running and swimming. It's like entirely different control scheme and mode, and yet they still put them like put this mode in every game. So I guess it's kind of probably, to make my point more clear, should be approached from perspective of being like a different control mode. So like, for example, in Banjo-Kazooie you have first person areas. That's a different control mode to put in a platformer. And there could be like places, if you go into like a area that is really slippery or really wet or really dirty, and you get a different mode where you like move slower and have to step carefully in place or whatnot, like, you know, like mud runners but for people. and not cars. Okay, have I been up there? I think I must have been up there. Let's raise Clanker and then we'll figure out next moves. And yet still no Mambo transformations in this level, I'm pretty sure. I'm just collecting tokens. I don't remember... The only transformation left in this game that I remember... Oh shit, what's going on with the... Oh, this is kind of horrifying. Maybe I need to... Ouch, ouch, ouch. Maybe there's something I need to do. You know what? It must be some sort of blur thing in graphics. It's not super well emulated still. Let me see if I can switch some things around. Okay, no, that just makes nothing work. You know what? It's better than nothing. It should be... Man, after this bullshit I need to come up for air again. There's just not gonna be any effect on the screen, but I'm gonna turn that back because, you know, the pause... Oh yeah, the pause actually works better now. Huh. You know what, maybe I'll leave it like this. I don't remember what I even ticked there, so... I think I ticked like, get frame buffer every frame. The one thing in this game that it was necessary for was in the intro, where like the picture assembles out of jiggies and then... it's an actual 3D picture, but before it assembles it's a texture on them, and it's a render texture. So it's some fancy technology that needs to be emulated. But, there's the air. But, in Banjo-Kazooie you have those puzzles where you have to assemble the jiggies yourself, and those render perfectly well. Okay, I think I need to move in another direction. There's someone that produces this air in here. Also, I might get air by swimming through this crap. No! First person, why? Oh hey, the bubbles have some sort of reflect effect, that's cool. Wow, the depth is impossible to judge. This kinda sucks. This really kind of sucks, I'll be honest. Come on. I really hate the resetting everything thing in this game. Jesus Christ. Just because it's impossible to judge the distance to the bubbles. Well, also they should have done like every good game does and just have your health drain slowly when you're drowning instead of just death. But Tui has none of these problems, so Tui is by far the better game. Like, no question about it. You know what, I don't even feel like redoing all these parts. Fuck it. If I need notes in the future, I'll come back and redo the swamp here. Not the swamp, the cavern. Most important part is the jiggies are still in, so, you know. Black screen, what? God damn it. You guys need to be quicker about pointing these things out. I can't always be watching OBS. And apparently it just loses track of the game when I open a menu of the emulator, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I drowned under there where you release Clunker because the perspective with the bubbles is horrible and it's impossible to see if you're close how you need to angle yourself. And it is super bad, and I drowned. If there's one thing I hate, absolutely hate about this game, it's everything resetting when you die or leave the level. I don't read slow, I don't see the chat. I read super... Actually, no, I don't read very fast either, but you know. That's why Hippocat should be looking at chat constantly, pointing out when something says something. Yeah, let's try this again. This is gonna be the first thing I try because it's like the most dangerous part of the level. And it really, really sucks. Camera, I swear. Yeah, if I honestly, I knew that this place was... Man, I hate underwater camera. Let me turn the camera, you idiots. Oh no, this is starting again. And I think this is them failing. Okay, you know what? Why did this All graphics stuff reset. I know the OBS is now gonna shit itself. Give me a sec. Yep. Oh no, we didn't fix anything. That is really bizarre, because pretty sure this is supposed to be properly emulated by this point in time. Okay, I really need to get this fucking bubble. How? Oh, it only gives me like one piece there. Wonderful. Like, how can you tell the size of that shit? Also, I like how it reflects my HUD. Fuck it, I'm just gonna swim through the thing here. I don't know if I need to be swimming like in a specific part of it, below or above, or I guess I didn't. Okay, Clanker's released. I should collect the notes on the bottom, honestly. Ah, shit, it's widescreen again. Fucking... Okay, I'm sorry for the flickering. But this is just... this level sucks now. This don't like... thematically the level is great, but my god. The fact that OBS cannot tolerate this emulator well, and the emulator cannot figure out how to do textures and whatnot. Maybe it's not my favorite level after all. Like, theme-wise it is, but... gameplay is bullshit, and this graphical stuff really... fucking widescreen again. Why does this happen? Wow. So, okay. When I fix the... I think you'll just have to deal with this right now. I'm sorry. Because when I fix the flickering, OBS loses... Oh no. You know what? I'm quick saving. Fuck this. OBS loses the whole picture thing. How do you call it? I guess it's the bubbles that are trying to render some fancy reflections that are causing the flickering. Epilepsy warning, basically. Man, this part is horrible in every possible way. Ah! Need to get that Jinjo and that note. Those notes are that there are several. Okay, done with the bob. Fucking hell, it spawned another one immediately. Maybe I can just disable frame buffer effects overall completely. Fuck frame buffer, fuck frame buffer. Yeah, we'll have to deal without defensive. Hey, it actually... there is something drawn there. Maybe it's like the last texture that has ever been rendered. Or something. Okay, I'm gonna grab this guy. He's annoying me with his cries for help. Why can't I turn the camera around on this during swimming? Or do anything good with it? It's pretty bad. Now I kinda see why people don't like swimming controls in this game. I don't remember it being this bad. Maybe I quick saved a lot when I played it first time. Speaking of which, I'm gonna quick save now, because I ain't doing this shit again. Fucking hell. Okay, now quick load. Screw that. This is a terrible part. It does not deserve to be played fairly. Fuck off. Like, how do you tell if the bubble is behind or in front of you? This is... Who made this? Who made this? Never mind the fucking emulator people who still cannot emulate N64 games in 2019. These notes might not be worth it. Go in there, take this turning should be faster, and the camera should be able to be controlled. Quick save. Fuck me. I'm totally safe scamming in this area because I hate this now. Luckily, the water level in Tui is good. How do you... That's impossible to get. No. This part is just bad, not well made. I'm sorry. I'm usually against saying, hey, this is objectively badly designed, but this is not well designed in any way. Just the swimming in this whole part. At least the bubble should be filling me fully with air, at the very least. That could be maybe slightly passable. And Banjo should have a larger collision box for the notes and all the other stuff. I mean, I guess if you angle yourself perfectly towards the object, it doesn't matter what distance is, but if you are slightly off, it's impossible to get. Okay, enough of the horrible part. The worst part of the game done. I don't care about Mr. Vile, I don't care about Rusty Bucket Bay. This is by far the worst part of the game. Now I have to redo half of this level because this part is terrible. Okay, options, graphics. Let me return my other options because I do want frame buffer for other things. Re-enable OBS. Why does OBS suck as well? Like, I have to disable and enable this scene for it to catch, not the scene, like the source, for it to catch that something is being streamed through it. Oh well. Nothing's perfect. Nah. Well. Now I have to figure out which pipes I've gone to and which pipes I haven't. Okay, you know what? Fuck this. Let's do other things first. Then I'll return. Okay, so this guy has two fakes, and we need to shoot his golden teeth for some reason, because they're the ones that ache, and this is kind of unpleasant to watch because the tooth just kind of bends inwards afterwards. Can you stop moving in the water, please? I'm shooting your teeth. Take the side gun. Flanker swallowed. Reward. Yeah, like that tooth just folding in inside there is super painful looking. This was much worse with the keyboard though, I will tell you that much. Camera, I swear. Now the camera is just stuck on the wall behind me. Well programmed. Ah, this tooth not hurt now. It's all better, okay. I think we can just... I think we can enter him in multiple places. In the gills, in the teeth, and I think through the blowhole as well. But the blowhole also, I think, is a boost upwards, so I kinda need there. I'm gonna enter Clunker after everything else. That jig is the reward for just raising him under fucking camera. Don't you love it when camera just teleports elsewhere? At least you don't have to talent trot up this tail, because that would be impossible. Okay, I'm not sure how you open that. I don't see any switches anywhere. Well, at least Now, what if we just attack it? You can't attack after a large jump. Oh well. Okay, that's a good way to kill those things automatically. Just start the big attack ahead of time and it will just pop out right into it. Eh. I also appreciate Banjo not starting to slide on slightly steep surfaces sometimes, because that's always annoying. This place makes me think that I have wall jumps, but I don't in this game. Okay, there were notes in that large pipe. Much as I loathe going underwater in this cavern again, I might as well. It's a really bizarre system with the note score and whatnot. I wonder if they did that just to be different from Mario 64. I guess in Mario 64 the collected coins don't really stay collected. Maybe they didn't think they could fit all the information about all the notes in the memory, but surely it's just like a bunch of bits, which is... You should have a lot of those. And then Banjo-Kazooie, I wonder if that's because the notes are recorded. In Banjo-Kazooie a lot of the notes are clumped into like bunches of 10 or 50 in one object. So technically there is less objects throughout the world with notes. Maybe they actually did that so there's like less information I have to store. That would be kind of fascinating. Right. Actually I'm gonna go try to visit the pipes. I need to pick the Jinjo from the green one. I'm pretty sure he's here. I don't remember what was in the orange pipe. The side. One on the other side somewhere just goes to a Jiggy that I have now collected. So where does this go? Orange. Really orange. I think there was just something here, okay. Maybe a token or maybe... No, must have been a token because it's gone. Didn't reset. It's weird too, like some things just arbitrarily reset and some don't. I guess the things that you carry out of the level don't reset. I think there were notes in the mutant area, so I'm gonna go in there. I don't remember if any other pipes in here had notes. I think they didn't. Hello Kitsune, well I died twice, this is only the third level. And I found out that I really dislike swimming in this game after all, even though I thought I was fine with it. Mostly, like not all the swimming in this game, but that part down below Clunker where you have to free him. Because the bubbles that the fish makes are 2D and it's impossible to judge the distance at which they are and the depth. So it's really hard to collect them. And you don't have the control underwater to reliably collect a piece if you like miss it or something, because you turn really slowly. So that part sucks ass, and I drowned there. That was one of my 2 deaths. But, you know, it's fun to play with a controller, even though I like keyboard and mouse more, but I gotta admit that aiming and stuff is mildly better on the controller. Yeah, the part with the bubbles is probably like, you know, the parts in like Rusty Bucket Bay or Mr. Vile. I'm now thoroughly convinced none of them are going to be as bad as that part with the bubbles, because I was just so angry at that. And also, like, the emulator started shitting itself, because the bubbles, in addition to being shit, they also have this weird like reflecto effect, and the emulator just didn't figure out how to render it. And then OBS, because everything is shit. Everything that's ever been programmed is shit because all programmers are idiots. OBS loses track of the emulator window as soon as I open a menu, and I have to disable and re-enable it for it to catch on again. Okay, let's try to get in there now. Does his fin get out of the water? Yes, it does. I don't know what's the point of this jump. Maybe on that pipe? I guess I haven't been there. Oh, this is fucking Toy Story 2 level. Toy Story 2 really liked climbing poles. I guess climbing poles is also kind of one of those like movement modes that I talked about before, like swimming, which just kind of became a trope. Maybe after Mario 64, because there was that in it as well. Okay, I think I've exhausted the pipes. Let's try to get on top of him. There's the blowhole. Well, I meant to actually get on the bolt. I remember this. So here we gotta check out the inside of the shark. Just briefly. Unless Discord is...
Give me a moment.
Ah no, Discord is still working. This is the inside of the shark now. A lot of bloody meat and whatnot. And
cool, why is this shit spinning?
I don't know, it's a garbage processor. So I guess it's kind of actually kind of makes sense. The shark eats through here. I jumped down its blowhole, which sharks shouldn't have. I don't think.
So you're garbage.
Maybe, in a sense, we are all garbage.
Why is there a portrait of the witch in the garbage place?
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing. It was just a button, you know, you press it, something happens on the HUD. In the hub. But I guess she doesn't think too hard of herself. Also, I just realized that there's like this texture that I'm working on right now is like a transparent. And the outside of it is a meaty part. And this is kind of some sort of membrane. Oh well, so there's that. No, he never has, and he doesn't really have any interest in it either. He's just doing his own thing, and he's only with us in spirit. He's not watching unless I tell him to. He played Conquer, but you know, Conquer has got a very different appeal. Honestly though, like, a lot of Conquer is pretty much the same as this game in terms of like, okay, there's a field with some mountains, there's, well, the barn area, there's a windmill area, there is the tower with the bats. Like, not a lot of Conquer is actually specifically just like full of adult humor and shocking things. So technically, a big part of Conquer is still present in this game, as just like overall. But it is definitely light on the whole, like, there is no talking, I mean there is a lot of dialogue, but it's not voiced. There is no, okay, I guess I can't really get to those T3 words. There is no voice dialogue, there's no a lot of like story progression cutscenes. Also, these weird ass tentacles in here remind me of something from somewhere, definitely. Okay, this looks even cooler here. Are these timed? Do I need to cross them all in time? I hope not. I hope I just need to cross them all in order. Maybe from the green one. Yeah, the green one seems like it'll be the first. Oh yes, they are timed. Shit. Also, I just realized that part of this tune kind of makes me think of some song that I know, but I'm trying to remember which one it is. Like, a part of it, just one part, seems really familiar. Fuck. I think it's that one. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe it's just another song from some other game, I don't know. Wait, that's not it? Oh no, this is cool! I didn't think I would do this Superman 64 area on my first attempt. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that part is similar to something. Duh. So wonder that sound is not copyrighted for Goofy. Okay, I've got maximum of these. I need to find where to learn the invulnerability. Actually, I think those spinning souls I might have been able to cross without it. Okay, I don't really want to exit yet. Camera, please. Oh, the first person trick doesn't even work with this. Oh no, this is gonna suck. Again, like, why is the camera so bad? I cannot really judge how deep I am that well. Okay, now that was a bit less painful than I thought it would be. Which one, Luis? Doho? Not as good as from Witcher, but still good. Oh, that was one of the guild entrances. Okay, I'm gonna go get the teeth rewards before I forget. Actually, I'm gonna take this before I forget that as well. It's a really, really convenient thing here. This little screw or whatever on the pipe. That his ball fits in perfectly. Oh, I cannot crawl like in Super Mario 64. Well, this is gonna be shit. I hate that the camera can only be spun in, like, sectors. Because this, I am not certain I can walk across this properly. I should just jump. It's kind of crazy how it's easier to jump and land on the pipe again than it is to just slowly walk across it. Okay, now technically I do need that last note, because I don't really want to get 99 notes in this level and then have to go back. I probably won't, because, you know, I'm not aiming to completion, but still. I wonder if I can just jump to the other two. Probably not. I wonder if Ikam Bokum is based on anything. I remember that, if anyone remembers from Banjo-Kazooie, I guess I could have just talked about it when we got there later, but I will probably just repeat again. But the first level, the Mayhem Temple, the chant in the music there is based on the British, like, soccer fan chant, which goes, I forgot what it goes like. Come up here and have a go, or come here and have a go if you think you're tough enough. Well, I must have missed a lot of notes in Side Clanker, honestly. I'm gonna be revisiting a Side Clanker a bunch of times. But right now I'm going back there, so might as well check out for that note. But yeah, so, and they turned that chant into like this slightly unintelligible bumbling that you only recognize the words if you know. So it's like this, and if you know that they're saying come up here and have a go if you think you're tough enough, that's kind of fun. Yep, there we go. I guess I fell down here because of this asshole beehive thing. Okay, the other side exit is down there. And there's this platform, which I don't know if it has anything. Let me land on the crate and see. Can I get in there even? I don't think so, unless that has like a flight. That thing might have a flight on it. Let's grab things in there first. This environment reminds me of the very end of Alice, American McGee's Alice. There's a lot of meaty textures, and though instead of metal it was mostly stone bricks and whatnot. But it had a kind of similar, like, artful gore style. Whoosh. Can I just get up here? Where is this? Maybe not. Maybe that's the blowhole entrance, yeah, and it's not meant to, like, it's not scripted to allow you back because it's not a very orthodox way up. Okay, this is gonna go back to that spinny thing place. Yeah, no, this is the crazy place. Okay, in here I don't need the invulnerability. What direction is it? Probably the other from the talent rod. Right C button. Though, for my button mappings, it's probably going to be stick left. Because I mapped them the other way around to have more intuitive camera spin. Yeah, invulnerability. There we go. My favorite use of this Daha is in the music for one of the Super Mario World Central community like level contests, where there was a world for, I don't remember if it was the shittiest, I think it might have been the worst levels, and the music track that had sampled nice, and also this Daha, and it was just worked really well for the humor. I don't think so. I think I tried back in the day, Kitsune, but it didn't work out very well. I think you just get bounced back if you try to go in there, in addition to getting hurt. It's not like you can just tank it, because you are not allowed through straight up. Right, well, I think I still need to enter through the blowhole again, because there's the upper part where I've fallen off somewhere and never been able to return there. There was, I think, a Jiggy behind more souls, but they were slower. So maybe I don't need to use my invulnerabilities feathers, but, you know, I never use them anyway. Yeah, so I think I went backwards or something here and fell down. Oh, there wasn't there in Conquer? I think before the dinosaur area there was a section underwater where you had to swim through like spinning souls as well, but those killed you in one hit. I don't see the solid ghosts. I guess these two are just in the same spot. Okay. And these two are out of sync. Well, one hit is not bad. Where does this go? Oh, maybe this... Maybe I went... What? No! I couldn't have gone here. Maybe I could have. Okay, then what is back? When you drop to the blowhole, what is back behind you, behind the grunty button? Also, I'm missing one Jiggy. I know there's probably a Jinjo somewhere. Since they reset, there might... Yeah, there's a Jinjo up in the beginning area. I don't know how many I'm missing. I'm missing two. The yellow one, I think, is in the beginning. Might have been others somewhere just underwater or some shit. But what's the other Jiggy that I'm missing? Since they don't reset, it can't be anything of that I already remember. Did I fall down, like, from these? No, I think I went through all that stuff, all the climby poles. Oh, up that pole. Maybe I can get up that pole, yeah. But first this. Come on now. It must be really annoying to have to breathe. What the fuck is that sound? I guess someone's drilling or some shit, I don't know. When you have to breathe and there's a bolt stuck on your nose, completely blocking all the air most of the time. Okay, now this goes in this room. Okay, I've been to both of them. Is there a quick exit out of here, or is it just gonna go back to that Superman 64 room? Now it goes to Superman 64. Well, that kinda sucks. I wonder if any players of these games feel that Banjo-Tooie became less hardcore and more casual because you don't have to collect all the notes in a level in one go. And it was probably a pretty tense situation in this game where you need to never die ever, and some things like drowning kill you in one hit. Because that just makes me think of games like Flashback, when you get a lot of like tense timed sequences, just low health, danger, everything kills you quickly, and it's just difficult. You don't have infrequent saves. Those games are at the same time a nightmare, but also I love them. I love such tension. But in TUI, obviously that couldn't work the same way, because the levels are massive and interconnected, and just... It's probably impossible to go through one level and get all the notes in one run. Fucking grab that shit. Whee! But I really do like, in this game that doesn't even happen with the levels, but in TUI you can get like between levels. There's several ways to get between levels outside of the hub world. Just there's the train that stops in several levels, and there are just passages here and there that lead from one to the other that you can unlock. It's really fascinating to explore. Okay, I shouldn't drop out of this pipe, I don't think. Okay, talent trot, and let's not slide down this either. So there's that. Probably also should ground pound that. But there might be something in this pipe if you fall down, slide down, but I'm gonna go here first. Maybe there's a jig in here. Oh, health extension, nice. So I got both for this, I'm guessing. Yeah, okay. So I need 5 notes. Somewhere some Jiggy is missing, and a Jinjo. And I know where the Jinjo is. Yes, I have, but I am super bad at it. I never got very far in it. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't play it when I was young enough to be stubborn to just kind of beat it until I got good. Flashback is easier, in my opinion. In another world, there's a lot of like more unique set-piece situations everywhere, and I'm really bad at them. Like the whole part where after you rattle the cage, you escape, and like everyone's shooting from behind, and you need to like put up barriers and shit. I cannot deal with that part. Basically, most of another world is way too difficult for me. Okay, I guess there's one Jiggy there, but I have no idea how to open it. Oh, and I think I failed to go through all those window things there, so I'm gonna go there now. At Flashback, I love Flashback, man. That whole like cyberpunk atmosphere from some of the levels. And it was really fun to make that mildly tool-assisted video that is up on my channel, where I used the PC version. I think it's a port from some other platform or something, I don't remember exactly. But basically, there's like a quick save, quick load in it, and I pretty much just did a playthrough. Kind of task, but not really task, because it could be much more optimized. But just, you know, retrying until I complete everything in really like interesting ways and have fun with the enemies and glitch them out and whatnot. Well, Kitsune, when you do, or before you do, depending on how you are about spoilers, feel free to watch my task video about it, because I think that's one of the better things that I've ever done on this channel, and it doesn't really get the attention that I wish it did. Because I don't think many people care about Flashback, or like, why would you watch a tool assist video that is not a speedrun, right? So probably doesn't attract many people. Anyway, how the bloody hell do I open that? Like, there's red feathers suggesting that there's a flight somewhere. But I've never seen a flight pad in here. I jumped through all of those. Been up there, there's the locked gate with the Jiggy. Been up there. Been up those, and there was not a flight pad in those either. Yeah, task videos are great, though, you know, I don't know if I watch a lot of them. I like TaskBot, obviously, but it's not like I see a task video, I'm immediately gonna watch it. Same with the speedrun, I don't just watch every speedrun ever. But it was really fun making that flashback video because just discovering ways you can funnily and quickly and safely beat some of the areas and enemy encounters, just discovering how you can exploit the AI or make it enter loops and do stuff like that is really fascinating to do. And I think there's data in the description of that video how long it took me and how many. I don't know if I recorded how many attempts or anything, but I think I have data on how long it took me just time-wise to get through every level and whatnot. Okay, can I maybe just shoot this grate or something? I think I tried attacking it. Oh. Wow! And here I thought it was way more complicated than this. Alright, I think we're almost done with Clanker's Cavern then, because I just need to go back to the beginning part. Wow, I can't believe I landed on that tail there. Wow! Okay, don't die now. Need to go to the beginning part, get the few remaining notes and the last Jinjo. And we should be cool. Oh wow, I didn't know his eyes actually angle towards you. That's interesting looking. Now I'm kind of bothered that I didn't find that last health extension thing in the beach level. Oh well. Okay, I don't think there are notes below. The ginger is up above here, but I don't remember where the notes might be. Just probably along the way, honestly, like, where else would they be? Also, I should probably play like Blackstone or whatever was the game. No, is Blackstone like an FPS, or was it the one where it's like kind of flashback and you fight orcs and shit in a prison cave world?
It was Blackthorn, I think.
Yeah. I was Blackstone then. I guess it must have been an FPS of some sort. Man, I am kind of nervous now because that crab is gonna kill me. Woo! Shit, that was close. Also, yeah, that's true. But, you know, I mean, Kitsune there. I'm responding to you there specifically. But, you know, I've done it in many games since. In many Mario games. Actually, they've done it in Mario 64 as well, I think. At the very least, the underwater levels have an underwater variant and a normal variant. Yeah, that's a bit too much, the hawking. So where are the rest of the notes? Just there, okay, how many do I have? I need 4. Let's hope there are 4 on that pipe. Yep, there are. Cool. Maximum everything. And now I just have to fucking not die before I... Actually, I can just kill myself and exit that way. Okay, I guess I killed him because there's the honeycomb for him. I don't remember going. I guess I must have in the beginning when I died. I went up here again and then just fell down and gave up. Alright. I don't know if I can manage Bubblegoop Swamp in 30 minutes, so I think I'm actually gonna end slightly ahead of time. I think the Banjo streams might be shorter. Because it's not really you know, this game is not really super fit for stopping in the middle of a level. So I'm gonna do whatever I can in the hub here, and then I'm gonna end today. We'll see if, like, the levels get longer, so maybe 3 levels is gonna be the entire 4 hours next time or something. I don't remember if I've gone down there. That must be the beach level, actually. Okay, let's go find the portrait of Grunty on the floor. Actually, it was beforehand. Yeah, it's earlier. There we go, ground pound the ice. So Grunty made the giant face of herself with 2 eyes that pop out. And to make the eyes pop out, you need to press a button with your face on it that is located inside your garbage disposal Cyber Shark. I think this game doesn't make too much sense sometimes. Ah, that's the Bunker's Cavern. Entrance level, entrance area, entrance. Right. Man, I like that beginning, like say what you want about this game, but some of the music is real good. It's kind of like, okay, sometimes I can remember the tunes of some games. I think, not games, levels. I think I honestly remember Clunker's Cavern music when I'm like suddenly remembering a Banjo-Kazooie tune. And obviously this theme here. But it's catchy as hell. If you remember it, it's really like hummable. And I value that in music a lot. Because I like humming video game music. Okay, there was the entire area over there, but behind her, but that might be just the swamp access. So I'm gonna investigate past this door. Ah, there's the spinning vase thing. Yeah. I don't know why she has an Egyptian themed part in her lair, but I mean, sure. Okay, so that's sand. I'm pretty sure I cannot even walk on this. That isn't gonna just kill me, or is it gonna hurt me? Okay, it hurts. Only we sand eels can survive in here. So I don't think those sand eels actually exist in the game, but they did make another weird critter just so someone could tell you about not going to like hot quicksand or whatever that is meant to be. And I think that's kind of cool. Okay, this looks like the most fragile wall in existence. Yes. Is it just me? I don't remember, but is like their standard melee punch in Banjo-Kazooie any different, or does everyone just use rolls? Because I don't remember having to do that little shitty punch. Yeah, what a place to get stuck there. Touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it. Fine, fuck it. There's this wall to destroy. Ah, them's the boots. The boots are talking, of course. That's the voice of a boot, if you didn't know. I don't know how much I care for it, but it does kind of fit, you know, rubber boots. In some crazy way, okay. What is in the vase? A place. Oh, it's a portal to Grunty's head for some reason. Interesting. What's the point, though? I didn't notice there was any way to, like, stand on it instead of sliding down. Can't we get here any faster? Come and fight me, I'm the master. Yes, okay, good rhyming. Right, let me just investigate what else is in here. I broke the 2 walls, there's the sarcophagus. Is there anything, like, on top of the sarcophagus? Maybe I can jump from this thing. Doesn't seem like it. I don't know if I like the fact that it has actual eyes. Should have been something up here. For sure. Okay, so there's one set of stairs up, and there's the other set of stairs up. That's the entrance, right? Yeah, that's useless to me now. So this set of stairs might be the way forward. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure out what to do with the... Wonder if this state is gonna save in the 11th transition. Ah! Okay, I guess there's just something that appears there or something. Fall to the hat and get the Chigi. Huh. Maybe I like ground pound, or does the head get destroyed later? I guess I'll be on the lookout. Maybe the head gets destroyed, or like a hole gets blown up when you press a granty switch in a level somewhere. Because I'm definitely not falling through that head. That head is whole, doesn't have any holes in it. I wonder how much of this game you can skip if you just like thoroughly collect all the jiggies in the first levels. Maybe in some levels you don't even have to enter. Levels, jiggies and note, of course, because you still are supposed to open doors and whatnot. 350, I don't have enough for 350. Come here. Okay, you don't need that, that's that, and that's this, and this is that. Is this destructible? Oh, it's some sort of jumpy thing. Weird! Okay, now I managed to land on it. That was weird, I was just kind of bouncing off of the air itself. Ah. Do I barf on it a lot? Yes, I do, okay. Why do I talk all the time? It's really hard to make this rhyme. Ah, this must be okay. I don't really need these shortcuts because I think they would actually disorient me if nothing else, but I mean, good. Okay, and I'm guessing you can fart on this one to open it as well. Yep. And there's probably gonna be like a jump pad or something in here later. Right. What's on top of this? I hope I don't forget all of this in between the sessions. 450, okay, that's a bit much. Another pot. No, don't go in there, Banjo. I like that it actually spit me out there properly. It didn't fuck up during the cutscene or anything. Okay, there's Brentilda. Shower me in lore. I'm guessing Brentilda has spider pancakes for breakfast. Then she usually has slug stew for dinner. Yuck. Ward bags then finishes with cockroaches and cream for dessert. Oh, you know what? There needs to be someone like Gruntilda in the world to clean it up from all the horrible shit. It's like spiders who, you know, hunt other shittier insects. Which, I shouldn't have said other because spiders are not insects, but you know what I mean. And Gruntilda is the spider of the world of disgusting things. She just accumulates them all for herself. Cannot even climb this. Wonder if I can carry an ant transformation all the way here. Probably not. Okay, that doesn't seem particularly reachable, I'll be honest. I don't think there's a flight anywhere in here either. Well, I mean, let's try the jump. No, no way. Something must be done. Yeah, kinda like that. Dexter, anyone? Hey, it's winter level. So, I have a huge beef with winter levels. Because unimaginative game designers and our composers always do the fucking, like, Christmas Jingle Bells music for them. And it sucks. Because earlier games, like before Mario 64 and stuff, games had really different winter, like Donkey Kong Country 1 and 3 had really cool winter level themes. And the other Marios, like Mario 3, just had normal level music for it, and for the deserts. I'm honestly, I'm not a fan when deserts always have like this Egyptian style music or Arabic style music. Even though I really love Egyptian and Arabic style music. And when snow levels have Christmas music, because it's just boring and samey and ruins the atmosphere. That could have been more interesting. I don't like stairs much in my lair. They always make me gasp for air. Makes sense. Okay. Okay, that's where that... Okay, there's a flight. Ah, okay, I see. That's to get into that tunnel. Well, I don't really care about that right now. I'm gonna reactivate it later. Doesn't seem like there's anything else on the third level. So okay, let's observe our surroundings. There might not be anything else I need here. I guess this is probably the level entrance that gets opened later. Oh, I should have just walked. I forgot you could walk inside. Yeah, okay, there's nothing else here. I need to open. And I bet you the level entrance is through that other place that you have to fly to, because that corridor was also kind of white. And it could be just going into some bright area, which I doubt, or it could be a snowy area like this one. Oh, you know what? Those fast-running shoes are probably required, though. And I bet you get them in the swamp. Or you get them in the desert, actually. You might get them in the desert. Never mind. Ooh, violence. Okay, so I guess this area is exhausted for now. I need more notes. I get more abilities. But lady, well, I've met Brentilda up there on the hat. And she told me about slug stew, spider pancakes, and something else I forgot. Okay, so they kind of are forcing. I guess I didn't need the swamp to get to Clanker's Cavern, but I need the swamp to get this. Actually, I don't know where you even unlock the desert level. Maybe you unlock it later. Cockroaches and cream, yeah, that was the last one. So I don't think I've stumbled across how to unlock this level yet. And it could be behind one of the farther, like the next node doors that I cannot open yet, but that would be kind of weird. And I've already forgotten exactly what was in here. One of these had, yeah, one of these has boots, the other one has the cauldron. Well, you know, at least there's cream. Some people eat cockroaches, so it's not quite spider pancakes. Honestly, like, some people probably would eat a spider pancake from some of the more different cultures from ours. What don't people eat? I think it just depends, like, your values of what is disgusting and what isn't disgusting, in a large part are instilled in childhood and by other people. Though, honestly, like, I imagine I would always find insects kind of creepy. Because I find them creepy because, not for, like, disgusting to eat or anything, which I also do, but I also, you know, I don't like even meat that much, and just, like, the very idea of eating something that lives. But, with insects, it's just kind of creepy to me always, because they always, like, want something with you, and you don't know what they want. Like, all the ones that fly, like, in your face all the time on purpose, or chase you. Or just, like, you know, skitter towards you. That scares me legitimately sometimes. Oh hey, Fate Lady again. Let's talk. My fat old sister's favorite sport is belly barging. What is belly barging? Although she's dim, she attended Fat Hag High. You won't believe that Grantilda's party trick is performing a scary striptease. Why is performing a scary striptease in this game as a concept? My filthy bed gives me a rash. I never wash, I save my cash. Well, you know, that's smart. Also, this red and green texture for the swamp really reminds me of something. I feel like I made such a texture for some Serious Sam level somewhere or some shit. Or just makes me think of something else from somewhere else. Maybe of like a 3D picture which like shifts in green and red and whatnot. Okay, I need to go in there using the boots. Can I get on top of this hut? This guy is slippery. I guess there's probably nothing on top of the hut. I could probably see from further away if I wanted. Ah! This is piranha water. Keep your smelly feet out. Makes sense. I guess you could run invulnerability in it. Okay, I don't see anything on top of the hut. You know what? I will run invulnerability into that. Well, Luis, congratulations, you are a braver man than I. Unless you didn't know that the ants were in there. I think this is gonna be my death. Oh no, this is this. Please have a cauldron or something. Also then, this means that the white tunnel that you access by flying is not actually for here. Well, I might as well unlock it, I guess. I wonder if that sandy area in one of the early parts of the HUD, near the water pool with the face around it, I wonder if that actually was not the beach level opening area and it was the unlocking the desert level, but I've never went there or something. Well, honestly, Luis, if I think about it too much, like, ants are probably one of the least disgusting things for that kind of situation. They're too small and insignificant. What? What's the point of this? Just one feather? Do I shoot eggs in there? No, it does nothing. What's the point of this? It's not like I can crawl or anything, can I? I did not sign up for mysterious thin-ass passages outside of the, you know, the ice key that everyone knows about. Place large tarantulas. Well, I mean, you know, maybe they have too many tarantulas. Oh, I'm gonna fucking die. How many feathers did I get? Not a lot. Oh, hey. We can actually cut a little bit of a shortcut here. Interesting, this works on kind of Doom sludge rules in that you don't always get hurt. Okay, so I can go in the swamp, I can go in the Christmas level. And let me just go check out that sandy area and then we'll wrap it up after that. I already forgot what was in these pipes. Boots 1. I know one of them had boot. The other one had Bruntilde, okay, I remember. But again, I think it's just like, okay, I hate so many things that a lot of people like. And those things are normal for like my culture and my country and whatnot, my people here. So it's not hard to imagine that some people just grew up with the idea of something being normal to eat. That, you know, they wouldn't see any problem with it. Like, honestly, I am hyper disgusted with any irregularities in meat. And so I eat like, how do you even call them, like, dumplings? That's not dumplings, like kotlete, I don't know. And sausages and chicken, mostly. Okay, no, this is the pirate level. I wonder if something I missed in here, because it's a sandy area. The very second to get some health. Like, that cannon looks suspicious as hell. But I was not able to do anything with it. And I went there. I think there was a jigging or something in there. I've learned this spell. It's really neat. I'll keep it later for your treat. Well, I mean, she will, what, does fireballs and stuff. It's not really much of an interesting spell. Okay, let me remember what's down there. I wonder if every episode of Kazooie is gonna be me remembering, like, HUD areas. HUD? I mean, I keep saying HUD. Hub areas and where what goes. No, isn't this the forest? Maybe I can unlock the forest entrance already. Oh no, this thing is absent. Right, right. How did I guess it was not necessary, but I never found this Like, just I've never visited this level on my first playthrough of this game. Decades ago, or whenever it was. But yeah, you know, when I play by myself, I usually remember these things. Now I'm pretty sure I should never stream like... what's that name? Game? Shadow Man. Yeah, Shadow Man. Because that game is like teetering on the edge of how much I can remember in terms of navigation of 3D spaces. It's just before being too hard to remember. That just said the cauldron, right? Yeah, so this is kind of pointless. Kind of confused about the sand level entrance, but, you know, it could be further. Not like I've got a shortage of levels to select. And I think, now that I think about it, the Christmas level, I did play it before the sand level in my first playthrough, probably, so... Well... Save and quit. Actually, is this gonna show us the game over? Because if this shows the game over, I want Hippocat to... Yeah, Hippocat, watch this. So I'm gonna pause until you confirm that you are, like...
Yeah, I'm here,
Okay, so this should be like the game over cutscene. And this shows what Grunty looks like after going through with this. Stealing the youth of that bear. And you know, it's not bad.
Okay, I need some Rule 34 of that.
I'm pretty sure there is. And also this asshole just kind of immediately falls in love and betrays us. Come back to Marble Skull, yes. And there's our sister now. Which, you know, not much worse, not that much worse. So yeah, it's definitely there, so you can search for it. I don't remember how it's looked. I remember sometime, like, long time ago, there was an animated video. Might have been based on like some sort of anime intro or some shit. I remember it was something like Cutie Grunty or something like that. It was kind of amusing because it was really anime-esque, like this sexy Gruntilda form. Oh well, so enough for today, I guess. Next time on Banjo, I'm gonna go in the fucking swamp and deal with Mr. Vile, so it's gonna be fun, and probably then into Christmas Land. I wonder how many. I kind of imagine this game could be finished in like 2 more streams, maybe. Because it's not that long. I beat 3 levels today, I think. And there's what? Let me count actually on the fingers on my hand. Swamp, Desert, Christmas, Mansion, Rusty Bucket Bay, Forest, which is 6. And if I keep up the pace, I mean the first level was really short in this, but maybe I could beat like 3 levels a stream and the boss and finish this in 2 sessions. But yeah, 3 maximum, shouldn't need more than 3 more. It's not gonna be a Witcher 3 playthrough. And before I get to Banjo-Kazooie, we've established I will actually branch out into Paper Mario, because a long time overdue remembering that game and the sequels. Because I've never played them. But, you know, that's for later. Witcher still thing. Still probably a couple, like, also like 2-3 sessions of Witcher left, but we'll see. Next weekend. For now, thank you all for tuning in. In chat, thank you Hippocat for researching GTA 2 scripting, because I want that in the future. And see you all next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.